It is a great day to be alive on this Wednesday. Kyle, Brust Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. My name is Ben Brust. Alongside me, Packer backer Kyle Wallace. Say something, Kyle.
I'm feeling good, y'all. I woke up feeling real good about my Packers.
That's it? Just woke up feeling good? No reasons as to why? Just
that's what we have 3 hours for, right?
all right, that's what we call a professional tease.
You can give me the mic now. Your boy can go. I can go.
Do it.
Like right now?
Okay, then now you don't get to do it because you just questioned it. I was giving you the chance.
I can go. But
Go
right
now?
Right now?
Right now? Your boy can do it right now.
That would be bad.
Brad,
radio.
no. I think if you come in hot, people would want to hear what you have to say, but now you missed the mark. So, Brad, you want to go? You want to take it?
Well, speaking of teases, speaking of feeling really good, and speaking about taking the mic, hear Brad out today? Oh, so good.
Last time
wow,
you
we haven't heard this in a month.
Yeah.
So good. You're not going to want to miss it. You're not going to. In fact, don't miss it. Don't
Ben
do it.
Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman. Here, Brad, I was at 3:15. Alex Strofe is running the show. Carvel's talking text lines 800-990-3776. YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. We're live there. You can see our beautiful faces, and always, the palm of your hand, you can have the ESPN Wisconsin app. Everything is there for you. Another day, another buckaroonie, to steal the line from Strofe. Everything is leading to the 7 p.m. Saturday night showdown locally.
Showdown. All right, Pat McAfee, tell him.
Showdown. For the Packers and Bears. And look, the news of the day yesterday, and I saw it happen, I feel like it happened during our show. A lot's happened in the last 24 hours. Look, Matt LaFleur's conversation of what's going to happen, I think is still very predicated on the results of what happened Saturday. But ultimately as well, we still don't know anything about Ed Policy other than an article on Packers.com and a scrum of media writing about him at the start of the year. So, John Harbaugh, that's great. Your name is in the news. You're getting calls. Your agent's getting calls from organizations around the league that already have coaches. But, I'm just not there from a Green Bay Packers perspective of, bringing him into our world. Because ultimately, Matt LaFleur is under contract next year, and he still could do something this year to earn more time on that contract. Will he get it? We don't know. So I guess I'd throw it to both of you, the NFL player, the Packer backer. Just give me your full, this is how I feel if I'm Ed Policy right now with the game coming Saturday.
If I'm Ed Policy, this game matters a lot to Matt LaFleur's tenure. Now,
and
there's
real
no
quick,
scenario
Brad,
where I think...
real quick, I do want to bring in KBN Nation at 800-990-3776. Again, with the news of John Harbaugh and what's upcoming for the Packers Saturdays, anything changed in your mind about Matt LaFleur? 800-990-3776.
Well, I don't think there's a scenario where you straight up fire Matt LaFleur. If I'm Ed Policy, I'm not doing that. With that being said, though, if the Packers lose to the Bears on Saturday night, I just don't know how you can give him an extension. I am not extending his contract. That I know for sure. Because I would say over the last 3 years, there's been no progression. You've been a 7th seed every single year. And the year you did win the playoff game was the very first season of Jordan Love. You thought things were up and to the right. But you were a 7th seed last year. You lost to Philadelphia. So if you're a 7th seed this year, you don't take the division, and you go to Chicago and you indeed then lose, I'm not firing Matt LaFleur, but I'm also not rewarding that with an extension. So that leaves the door open. If Matt LaFleur says, hey, I am not coaching this team unless I get extended, then you say, well, then there's the door. I don't know what else to tell you, but I cannot reward a lack of progression, and that's what we've seen. Matt LaFleur is a good coach. There's no doubt about it. He's a good coach. But I would expect at this point, year 3, to the Packers to be beyond that. And part of being beyond that is beating the Chicago Bears. It's just an indicator and a litmus test for where the Packers are at if you do or do not beat the Bears on Saturday night. It's not everything, but it's an indicator of where they're at. So if I'm Ed Policy, The Packers lose Saturday night. I'm not giving Matt LaFleur an extension. He can come and to be the head coach in 2026, and I'm rooting for him. I want you to win the division. I want you to go to the Super Bowl, and I want to reward you with a big, handsome extension when you do that. But there's just no way I'm rewarding it, especially now that we're swimming in the seas of a lot of big-name, big-profile head coaches out there. Talking about Harbaugh, talking about Stefanski, maybe even Mike Tomlin's name's being thrown out there. There's a lot going on, a lot of areas you could look.
And so I see some comments already, 800-990-3776, and on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Right away, to Brad's point is, well, someone goes, then he becomes a lame duck coach.
Yes.
But just because Ed Policy said that early in the season doesn't mean it's something he has to abide by. He said he doesn't like to have lame duck head coaches and GMs. That doesn't mean it can't be the case. That's the only thing. Because again, we don't know what decision he's going to make. We can only go off the evidence we have, but that doesn't mean he has to do it.
And I will say, just real quick before you jump in, Kyle, there was a few times where under Coach Rivera and the Carolina Panthers, where it was not looking like the Panthers were going to be a team that won divisions and went to a Super Bowl. Early on in my time with the Carolina Panthers, Coach Rivera's job was under fire. Media outlets, rumors, things like that, hey, if we don't turn things around, he's going to get fired. What did that do? That sort of corralled the team, and we all loved Coach Rivera, so we wanted to play well for him. We wanted to make sure that we're doing everything for him. So it can be a motivational tool for the players to be able to respond and to fight for their guy. And you know what? A little bit of rumors, a little bit of everyone being perked up, and a little bit of more alertness, and a little bit more wow, things could change quickly. That's not necessarily a bad thing for an organization, especially one that has the talent like the Packers.
I mean, once you already put something into the atmosphere that Ed Policy did, now that's in the back of everybody's mind. And if we're talking about it, guess who else knows that was said? Matt LaFleur. He understands that. He says it's not ideal for us to move forward with a lame duck type coach, and he understands that is the mentality that Ed Policy has. So with that being established that we all understand, is give the man an extension. Give him his extension. And my whole thing is this isn't the time for the team to blow things up. It really is not. You can give somebody an extension while laying out what the expectations are for what you want things to do. So John Harbaugh, we're talking about that. He didn't come into the season thinking if I don't make the playoffs, I'm going to get fired. That wasn't what the conversation was. But we reevaluate people year to year. If you give a man an extension, it doesn't mean that he's going to live out the rest of that contract. It just means, hey, we're going to give you this time, maybe, but at any time you are an at-will employee. But we need to stop with this nonsense, especially people talking about the Packers should fire Matt LaFleur and potentially get John Harbaugh when John Harbaugh ain't been able to do much like that. Why? Because he hasn't been able to be successful. That's why he got fired himself. We got to stop acting like Matt LaFleur has not put this Packers team in a position every single season he's been a coach, whether or not it is the last game of the year they're playing for something like a playoff berth, or the last game of the year they're saying, well, do we want to rest our guys or not? Because we already have a playoff berth. He's only missed the playoffs one time, and that one time that he did, they lost that game with a chance to make the playoffs. So we need to stop acting like he isn't a great coach. Yes, he's not perfect, but Brad, you're kind of being nitpicky when you're talking about they haven't progressed. Guess how many games? How many games did they win last year?
It's
11.
not about that.
Wait a minute. Let me finish.
How many playoffs?
How many games did the Bears win this year?
11.
Okay, things change year to year. To say the Packers haven't progressed from year to year.
Let's take a big sample size then. They were 7 seed, 7 seed, 7 seed.
Okay, but the 7 seed changed in the last couple of years. But the thing at the end of the day.
But it's still a 7 seed at the end of the day.
But to say a team that won 9 games 2 years ago, then won 11 games, and then was hot this year, and granted, at the end of the day, your record is your record, but there were other circumstances that affected this team to the point where we're watching them play the Broncos thinking how good they were. You have to take that all into consideration when we're talking about a team not progressing. I think it's crazy to look at a team go 1-5 in the division last year and then basically have the best record in the NFC North this year. That is progress to me. We did not get the end result for the record that we had for this season, and I don't believe we're going to get the end result for the overall season, but I do believe Matt LaFleur has allowed for this team to progress and to get better and grow as an overall unit. If Micah Parsons doesn't go down, we're not even having this conversation today.
But it did, and you
and everybody has injuries.
Again.
You're
just stop jumping. We let you go. The one thing that you keep talking about here is well, he got us to the playoffs. Again. That's okay. That's great.
It's good.
That's good. That's good. If you just want that, that's what you have. That's what you've seen. That's what you've been getting. And again, it sounds like you're okay with that, which I'm not going to knock. But ultimately, if you haven't been to the Super Bowl since 2010 and you have high expectations, but it seems like you're lowering them right now and coming with excuses as to why he has not progressed. And you can do that, but ultimately you're just saying, all right, well, 7 seed. Why would you have any expectation that anything would change in his third year with Jordan Love when he's been further without Jordan Love?
What I'm saying is this, is that when you talk about expectations and you talk about this team getting better, you would be ridiculous to think that, yes, the Packers had their ups and their downs throughout the season, but to sit here and act like in Denver the first half did not happen, that this team looked like they were a Super Bowl contender, and then injuries happen and that devastates rosters. People are not going to be the same type of teams when you lose somebody as important as Micah Parsons. So all I am saying is that if you're talking about evaluating the whole, you got to evaluate the fact that this team had injuries that decimated them, that led to them to win 9 games. So despite the injuries, the Packers still found a way to get into the playoffs this year. And again, you cannot say, oh, well, what if he didn't get injured? He got injured. But we all know it to be a fact. The Packers probably win the NFC North if Micah Parsons doesn't get hurt. The Packers probably win 11 to 12 games, probably at least 12 games if Micah Parsons doesn't get hurt. So we have to understand that you can't just ignore an injury as that isn't part of the overall product.
That's fine, and I know how important Micah Parsons is, and I'm not saying Bosa for the Niners is Micah Parsons, but they also lost Fred Warner. They had Mac Jones playing for Brock Purdy, and they were playing for the number 1 seed. So how your coach is able to elevate your team and able to win games despite the adversity is not something we saw after the Broncos game, and that does speak to the leader of your team.
And with a greater sample size throughout Matt LaFleur's entire career, he has been a great regular season coach. There's no doubt about it with Aaron Rodgers, and even what he did with a young Packer team with, turning the page from Aaron Rodgers to Jordan Love. That's a very hard thing to do. So he does deserve credit, and he's a good head coach. But you can't ignore the struggles in the playoffs. And I think that's what it comes down to. 3-5 record. If you lose, you have a 3-6 record in the playoffs, and half of those games were with a future Hall of Famer. And then the other 4 of them were with a guy in Jordan Love, who's an up-and-comer, debatably, in my opinion, a top 10 quarterback. So at some point, you got to make sure that you are actually becoming the head coach that the Green Bay Packers need and deserve. And if you can't go to the Bears, which we all think are a fraudulent 2 seed to some degree, then you need to be able to say, is this a championship head coach or not?
Let's bring everyone into the studio real quick.
Biggest jerk is possible.
It was so hard to stay composed with my line of thought. Kyle's reacting to the Jags-Broncos game on replay in our
because his cousin made a tackle on special teams.
That happened.
Yeah, it happened right now.
He smacked the taste out that boy's mouth.
And that's the only tackle he had that game, right?
What you mean?
That's why I changed it. He only had 1 tackle, right?
No, he had 2 in that game.
But
all right. Well, I'm not going to wait for you.
They were showing a replay, and I hadn't seen it yet. And as he was about to make contact, you turned it off.
Let's go to Jeff in Milwaukee on the Carbless Talking text line, 800-990-3776. Are you making excuses for LaFleur, or are you holding him accountable?
I think you got to partially hold him accountable because almost you kind of have to and you can't because look who he's had to play in the playoffs the last couple of years. 2021, I completely blame that on him. That's a Niners team we easily should have beat. 2022, let's scratch that. That season doesn't count. 2023, we go and we play a fraudulent Cowboys team. They're fraudulent every year. And then we lose to the best team in the playoffs. Last year, we played the best team in the NFL and honestly put up a fight.
Is that good enough for you? Putting up a fight against the best teams, or do you want to be the best team?
Well, yeah, of course you want to be the best team, but sometimes when you play the best team, you're not going to compete. They had a better team. They were going to beat us.
Wouldn't you agree that this year then is a silver platter to get that victory? I agree. The 49ers that year and the Eagles last year, very good teams. You agree then that this is a silver platter to get that win for Matt LaFleur?
Yes, he needs to step up his game. This is a game that I don't want to lose. LaFleur's been a good coach, and keeping a young coach and a young team is what we've been doing, and it's partially been working, but the 7 seed is not good enough with the talent we have on this team. Yes, injuries suck, and my point off of that is if you take out – I'm going to say that Tucker Kraft legitimately is our best offensive player. Mm-hmm. Micah Parsons is easily – number 1, number 2 best defensive player in the year behind, obviously, Myles Garrett. Go look at the teams in the playoffs. Take out their best offensive and best defensive player. Where are they? Look at Seattle. Take out Jackson Smith-Njigba. They are.
Jeff, I hear you just got to keep rolling here. The only thing I would say to that is I would actually make an argument that Jordan Love, after Tucker Kraft went down against Pittsburgh, played his best quarterbacking in the 3 straight divisional games without Tucker Kraft.
Shows you how good that kid is, Jordan.
Well, then we need to make sure that he plays really well against the Bears here in the playoffs.
Love the one.
Matt LaFleur continues to be a conversation, and a lot is going to be hinging on Saturday's game. So I actually want to extrapolate this from a whole. Hey, it's a new year. I haven't been using these words a lot, so we got to start over the count.
That's not true.
That's the first time you extrapolate in 2026. That's the second. Good job. You got me. Typically on a Monday after the Packers play, I'd say about 10 times, 12 times we did the in 2025 at the time. Has Jordan Love been elite, great, good, or average? I think we take Matt LaFleur holistically. As the Green Bay Packers head coach during Matt LaFleur's tenure, which is still TBD, but to this point, has he been elite, great, good, or average? We'll let you decide at 800-990-3776, the Carbos Talking text line, as well on Twitter at KBNESPN, and we get to your phone calls on the other side.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
DKB, they get all my love, all my energy, and all my time. I'll be danged if GKB and Craig not going to allow me to take my half-an-hour boo-boo. If I need to do that, they need to allow me to do that.
That's your whole lunch break.
I don't even take a lunch break. I work during lunch.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
Nobody should be writing the season off. The idea of being one of the top teams without two of your best players is a big reach. But this is a season that you can find ways to do it.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
You think anybody ever feels sorry for the Green Bay Packers? They don't. And they shouldn't. And you shouldn't.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN. ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
My husband's an animal in bed.
Well, you know.
Not in the fun way. Think warthog. With a chainsaw.
Snoring and sleep apnea affect over 90 million people, and 1 out of 4 couples sleep in separate rooms. Advent can help. We've been Milwaukee's one-stop solution for nasal congestion, snoring, and sleep apnea for over 20 years. Unlike many other practices, we focus exclusively on these conditions, so you get comprehensive care under one roof. Advent's unique approach can help you breathe and sleep better, and many avoid a CPAP. Plus, most insurance is accepted for our effective 20-minute in-office treatments.
Hey, the only animal you want in your bed is your dog.
Advent. Sleep better. Sleep together. Learn how you can improve your life at adventknows.com.
Basketball fans, watch DME Academy on the campus of St. John's Northwestern Academy in Delafield this Friday and Saturday. See high-flying Wisconsin recruit LaTravian Fenderson, 7-foot recruit Bull One Rock, and 6'10" Trev Rodemaker. This is elite high school hoops. Youth coaches, bring your teams to see DME Academy basketball. DME plays Friday night at 7 and Saturday at 4 p.m. with free admission on the campus of St. John's Northwestern Academy in Delafield. Be there this Friday and Saturday for DME Academy basketball.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Looking up at the Marquette banners, brought to you by Saganiac Planning. Dwayne Wade's number 3 retired in 2007, 4 years after he played. Number 24 retired George Thompson said it before every Wade game. I wonder what he's going to do today. D-Wade, Microwade, Tidal Wade never disappointed, which is why Thompson said to him after Wade's triple-double against Kentucky took Marquette to the Final Four, Dwayne, you're the best to ever play at Marquette for what you've done and what you will do. Number 3 will never be worn again. For your little ones and your biggest joys, for your forever true and your fur kids too. For all the reasons you smile, get covered with dental and vision insurance from Delta Dental of Wisconsin and Delta Vision. Support your overall health so you can be your best for those who matter to you most. Call John Saganiak Jr. John Saganiak Jr., Saganiak Planning, 262-783-6161. Saganiak Planning, a name synonymous with employee benefits and top-notch service.
Fisco is always there for your auto body care. When accidents happen, Fisco Auto Body on Forest Home in Franklin is there when you need them. Got a broken mirror? They'll take care of it. Dented bumper? Scratch paint? Fisco Auto Body will take care of it. If there's any damage you need fixed, Fisco has you covered. Their expert workmanship is guaranteed for the life of your vehicle. So stop in for all of your auto bumps and dings. Once again, you know the line. That's Fisco.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Alex Strofe is so annoying, man. He's just... If you're going to dance like an idiot, at least let people see you on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. If you're going to do stupid stuff, let us all enjoy it together.
He's just doing it for his own pleasure.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Alex Strofe, just... Gosh, you're such a dork. 800-990-3776.
You can hear the love just pouring out of your vocal cords when you talk about me.
Yeah, I can feel it in my heart when I say it. So, is the poll up, Strofe? Can you confirm that with KVN Nation? Oh, yeah, 1 second. Okay, well, that will be up as I want to know your feelings. And Josh, I think I'm addressing you on the Carbless Talking text right now because you say people need to chill out about the firing the coach. Always a knee-jerk reaction to everything. I think the conversation is based off of result right now, and whether or not that's too microscopic. But I think the conversation overall is taking the body of work with Rodgers, without Rodgers, with Love, and looking at who they've been, and is it on him for not meeting expectations of Packer fans? And again, like I said, if you're good with making the playoffs every year and having bites at the apple, that's good too. Like, again, that's fine. But if you want more, do you believe that Matt LaFleur can give you more? We'll see. He's got a franchise quarterback. Got the Bears on Saturday, and who knows if they can do something more despite what's gone on this season. Can he elevate his team? The poll is up on Twitter at KBN ESPN. As I refresh here, Strofe says, how would you describe Matt LaFleur's tenure as the Packers head coach through 7 seasons? Simply put, elite, great, good, or average. Let us know your thoughts at 800-990-3776.
Boy.
I know you're stuck between great and good.
I am, and
what's great about it?
I am. And
how many Super Bowls have you been to?
And I've ran.
You're so trash.
Well,
he lost.
Let me throw a couple.
Trash.
Let me throw a couple.
You just said you're going to throw your headphones
at you. Okay, just put things in perspective, right? Matt LaFleur's regular season, a lot of success. 16th best all time. And 4th best in the NFL if you were to take all NFL head coaches, their regular season records. We're even talking about Pete Carroll's regular season records from all the time he was with Seattle and whatnot. 4th in the NFL, right? Of coaches' total regular season winning percentage. A little over 65%. But if you take his playoff record, 3-5, that's 37.5% victory rate. That's 83rd all-time and 15th in the NFL. If you were to take all NFL head coaches and all of their playoff records from 2025, he'd be 15th in the NFL. That is why this game is so critical. If you're going to be considered a great coach, you have to have a playoff record of above 50%. 50% or above. That is a great coach. As I scroll through all these coaches that historically have a 50% higher playoff, they're all great coaches.
5. Losing at home after the narrative after 19 and 20 was 19, we were on the road. First year, great success. 100%. You look at it, his first year after 2018, which was abysmal. Rodgers getting hurt. McCarthy's gone. Joe Philbin takes over. Not great. 19, great year. 20, you get the 1 seed. Next thing you know, you win a game against the Rams, and you're in a weird crowd of COVID of 10 to 20,000 people. The next year was, let's get that 1 seed and have Lambeau Field home field advantage. They laid an egg against the 49ers. Special teams, Rodgers eyeing on Devontae when others were open down the middle of the field with 3 minutes left. That is part of the context of like that 3 and 5. One of them's weighted higher because of what they did in the regular season to earn the opportunity to have that home game. 2022, we know. 2023, beating the Cowboys, losing against the Niners. You could say again that early on with Love, like they set themselves up for success. And since then, it's just been the same for 21 or 24 and 25, which we're in right now. So just for context, before Kyle goes, 47-19 with Aaron Rodgers, 37-30-1 with Jordan Love from a regular season standpoint.
Yeah, and so it's almost like a weighted average for me. I'm going to put him as an elite regular season head coach. Elite. I'm going to put him as an average playoff coach. You average those two things out, it's between good and great, and I have to weigh playoffs more. He's good.
Dude,
That's my vote for good.
Being elite during the regular season gives your team the opportunity to try to be elite in the playoffs. Now, I agree with you, Brad.
That's where it matters.
Where it matters, but I just want to know who is on the elite list of coaches for you, because when I look at elite coaches, I'm looking at an Andy Reid. He's an elite coach, but remember, Andy Reid got ran out of Philadelphia because he was not good enough as well, but you wouldn't have said he was just a good coach in Philadelphia, would you?
I'd say he's great. He went to like 4 straight NFC Championship games in the Super Bowl.
But you wouldn't call him elite when he got ran out of Philly. He wasn't elite until he got to Kansas City and won 3 Super Bowls.
But he also had him. Brad had Matt LaFleur's average in the playoffs, and that's what we're doing here.
That's what I'm saying.
Andy Reid went to a Super Bowl in 4 straight NFC Championship games.
And Matt LaFleur still has time to do that. Andy Reid was in Philly for quite a bit of time. When you look at guys like, Kyle Shanahan, fantastic, great coach, but he ain't won a Super Bowl as well. But think about Dan Campbell. Going into this season, y'all would have said Dan Campbell's an elite coach. Would you not have said, "Oh, he's a really good coach"?
Inherited dumpster fire.
Not elite.
Matt LaFleur inherited Aaron Rodgers in his piece.
But he's made the playoffs 3 years in a row. In what was he won a playoff game in what was supposed to be a rebuild season, so he gets credit for that.
He does.
No, but they don't give him credit for that.
But my point was, in his first year with Rodgers and his first year with Love, they both exceeded expectations, and then when he's had them after that, they have not exceeded those expectations.
I just don't like what
I guess 2020 was their missed opportunity, but he also made a 3-score game as a coach in that game.
My whole
That's pretty damning.
That was bad. Yeah.
My whole thing that when I look at it, he is clearly a great football coach. Calling him good is just absolutely just ridiculous. He's not elite, he's not good, but he's a great coach, because when you look at guys like Mike Tomlin, look at guys like McDermott, when you look at guys even like Mike Vrabel and Kevin O'Connell, they're not elite coaches. But would you say they're not great coaches? You don't seriously say they're not great coaches? On my ass. Stop it. Sean McDermott is a great coach. Kevin O'Connell is a great coach. Did not put them in there because they're playoff.
But Sean McDermott's in those same conversations last year as like, all right, if he's not the guy to get it done with the Bills, can somebody else come in? Kind of the same conversation people feel about Matt LaFleur.
Again, Sean McDermott, year 9 right now for him, or might be year 10 for Sean McDermott. He is a great football coach. And so I think it's really weird of you to sit here and say he's a good coach versus being a great coach when he's been very successful in the regular season. Elite. That
the regular season doesn't matter if you don't take advantage of it.
For you, I would expect a great coach to have a 50% or better playoff record. That's what I would expect. When you get to play, you're at least winning a game. You're at least winning one game when you get to the playoffs.
Our criteria for great coach is different. So I guess your list of great is very
yours,
small.
Yours is disappoint based off expectations.
I weigh playoffs much greater than the regular season.
Then what? You got 2 elite coaches in the NFL now? McVay and Reid?
I'd have to go and stack them, but I would say you probably can't have more than like 3 or 4, just even based on the true meaning of elite.
I guess Sirianni, Reid, McVay, and Shanahan, because that's all you can put on that list. I mean, there's only been 5 coaches that coached in the Super Bowl in the last 5 years.
I would say McVay, Reid, Shanahan. That's a start.
Well, 6 coaches, because
maybe Jim Harbaugh,
Brady,
Sean Payton.
Oh, so Sean Payton's elite.
Yeah, he's won a Super Bowl.
Okay. Mike McCarthy. He's elite. No, he's elite. He won a Super Bowl.
He's probably great. He's probably his total career.
No, look what he did with the Cowboys. He's elite.
Well, unfortunately for us, this conversation coming up, someone's going to put Ben Johnson as elite in our next conversation, even though he's been there 1 year. That's David Kaplan of ESPN 1000's Cap and J Hood in the mornings. He's going to say something stupid, and it's going to be really enjoyable to laugh at him. David Kaplan joins Kyle Brust Nortman. Hold on to your horses next.
This is Kyle Brust Nortman, KBN.
I've seen some of those jersey checks.
You were a punter.
No. I haven't. I've seen them.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Hey, it's Gary Ellison for Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center. Looking to escape the cold or take a midday break? Get your game on at Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center, where it's always golf season. Play more than 2,000 courses, including over 50 right here in Wisconsin. And even that famous course where they hand out green jackets. Top tech simulators, great food, and the best Bloody Marys around. This is your year-round slice of summer. Bays start at just $35 an hour, Monday through Friday. Book your bay today at WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com.
Kick off the new year with a smarter home and bigger savings with Exterior Pros and Baths. New windows to lock in the warmth, durable roofing, eye-catching siding, or a stunning bath makeover. Start the year off right and get $3,000 off your project. That's right, $3,000 back in your pocket during our New Year savings event. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. This deal won't last all winter. Exterior Pros and Baths. New year, new home, done right.
Can you feel it? It's the thrill of witnessing a walk-off grand slam, a game-winning touchdown, a buzzer-beating 3. Yeah, you know the feeling. And there's only one place to experience that raw exhilaration. Potawatomi Sportsbook. Catch all the action in a supreme space with dozens of sports betting kiosks, cool drinks, luxe seating, great food, fiery atmosphere, and a monster video wall. Become a legend at Potawatomi Sportsbook. More info online. Must be 21 to enter casino.
Is back pain slowing you down? When it comes to spine care, you need specialized expertise. At the OAW Spine Center, their orthopedic care specialists provide the highest level of care for everything from herniated discs to spinal fusion. They start with the most conservative, non-surgical treatments like physical therapy and injections. If surgery is needed, minimally invasive procedures at the OAW Spine Center will get you back on your feet faster. With a focus on treating the source of the problem, they take a comprehensive, active approach to spine health, getting you back to the life you love. The OAW Spine Center. There is a difference. Visit OAWSpineCenter.com. That's OAWSpineCenter.com.
UW Credit Union presents the Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org.
With your UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, I'm Will Summers. This week's UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week is West Allis Central Jr. and Iowa State recruit Yusuf Gray Jr. Gray led the Division I second-ranked Bulldogs to an impressive 71-44 victory over Lakeside Lutheran at the NY2LA Invite at Kettle Moraine High School. He finished with a game-high 21 points, helping West Allis Central pull away after a tight first half. After trailing midway through the opening period, the Bulldogs closed the half on a 12-4 run, then outscored Lakeside 33-17 in the second half to secure the win. Gray knocked down 10 field goals, with 8 of them coming at the rim. A top 150 recruit in the class of 2026, the 6'5" point guard continues to anchor a Bulldogs team that remains unbeaten at 6-0. Congrats to Yusuf Gray Jr., your UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Selling your home during winter may surprise you. Serious buyers are still out there and often more eager to move.
Homes get strong offers this time of year, and with less competition, your listing can really shine.
I'm Tony Wendorf with Tony Wendorf & Associates First Weber.
And I'm Lindsay Bendler. Our team leads with faith, gratitude, and giving back, donating over $200,000 to local causes since 2020.
Tony Wendorf & Associates is ready to get to work for you with our white glove selling experience. Just search online, Tony Wendorf.
A real estate team that always leads with faith and gratitude.
Tony Wendorf & Associates.
This is Kyle Brust Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The Bears still suck. The Bears still suck. The Bears still suck. The Bears still suck.
Joining us on Kyle Brust Nortman, because he's just Looney Tunes, is David Kaplan of ESPN 1000's Cap and Jay Hood. Cap, welcome into KBN. You look exactly like I expect you to look, wearing the cheese grater, which is just embarrassing. You don't see any like dead bears on people's heads. Like that's how you know we already got you.
One game. Boy, I feel bad for Jay Hood. He has to deal with this lunatic every day.
Welcome, Cap.
Great to be with you guys. Great to be with you. I could put this hat on.
Former welcome.
Or I can run down to the car because somebody gave me an NFC North champion hat, but I left that in the car. Look, you have stepped in dog crap multiple times with your awful takes, jumping from a Bears fan to a Packers fan, and Caleb Williams is this, and you're not going to lose to us in Chicago. Oh, we outplayed you. I listened to Kyle, who I'm a fan of. I listened to Kyle. We outplayed you for 57 minutes. Well, as far as I freaking remember, games are 60 minutes, and we beat your ass and sent you back to Wisconsin, where I spent 8 glorious days last week. And I walked into Jerry's bar in Oshkosh, and I made sure I had my Bears gear on. And I had to listen to all these people in their orange hunting outfits. Oh, here's this effing guy. The Bears guy's got to walk in here. That's right. And you're coming down, and you better come correct Saturday night, or we're going to beat your ass.
Again, the funny thing is I've never actually claimed to be a Packers fan. I just think it's now fun that everyone thinks I am. So you can keep living in your fantasy land.
Distancing don't even try it. Now you're more embarrassing.
Dude, does 1265, are they a fan of Ben Brust?
They can't stand Ben Brust.
So neither can you.
And most of the NFL season, I can't stand Ben Brust. If the Packers lose, Ben Brust wins.
My good friend Jonathan Brust would absolutely tell you he's a Packers fan.
I just troll my little nieces and nephews now because they're stuck living like you in La La Land. Now, I do want to play something from when you joined Jim, Matt, and Molly because this is classic Cap. Just trying to tell everyone the biased opinion that does not take any critical thought to come up with a take.
I've been arguing with Mark Pauscher, who keeps, telling me we've got a better roster than you. No, you don't. And if you could pick any of the 4 quarterbacks in the NFC North, Jared Goff, Jared Love, Caleb Williams, and J.J. McCarthy, and they're your guy going forward. I don't mean for one night. They're your guy going forward. There isn't a human alive that would take anyone other than Caleb Williams.
I'm a human.
That was David Kaplan, who's with us now on Jim, Matt, and Molly on 100.5 ESPN Madison. So explain outside of just listing as to why. Maybe some intellectual thought would be good.
Look, I've never said that your quarterback isn't a good player. He is. He's a talented cat. If you were taking a quarterback of the guys in the NFC North, Jared Goff, Jordan Love, Caleb Williams, or J.J. McCarthy, and then you drop them on your roster and you got them going forward, and salary doesn't matter, intelligent football fans.
Matter?
No, we're not talking about, the cap. I don't have the room on the cap, so I can't take. No, leave the salary to the side, and we're just taking the guy. Caleb Williams is the best quarterback in the NFC North.
That's just crazy.
And what's funny to me is all your little Wisconsin people, you're terrified. We figured it out. Uh-oh, they don't have Matt Eberflus. Uh-oh, they got Ben Johnson. Uh-oh, that Caleb guy is a hell of a lot better than we realize. And we're about to be a real thorn in your side for a very long time.
Cap, I love how you conveniently ignore the fact that Jordan Love was playing at an MVP level. Nobody once said that about Caleb Williams during this season. You also ignore the fact that your offense has been anemic in the first half against the Green Bay Packers, led by that great quarterback that you would take. 0 points, I believe, in the second game and 3 points in the first game. That is bad quarterback play that led you guys in those games. You understand that. I don't know why you're ignoring it. You ain't got to be this way, Cap.
Jordan Love MVP level. Are you out of your mind? Where they serve crack there in the break room?
Week 15. That was a MVP campaign he had going on for most of the season.
The Toyota-thon doesn't count. We're talking about the whole season. He is not playing at an MVP level. He is not. Don't even try it. And yeah, Caleb did not play well. The offense did not in the first half against you guys. And guess
Caleb,
what?
I got a quick one for you, Cap. Where's Caleb in
we play
PPR,
60 minutes.
EPA, passer rating in comparison to Jordan Love?
Excuse me?
Where's Caleb in QBR, quarterback rating, and EPA against Jordan Love?
I don't know who's got more passing yards, who has a better touchdown interception ratio. who beat your ass with a pass over the top of that gutless Keyshawn Nixon, who can run to a microphone when he picks off the pass in Lambeau, but as soon as he gets his ass fried twice, where did that gutless wonder go? Wouldn't talk to the media because he's a loser.
Got it. I knew there was no intellectual thought
Cap,
there.
I'm glad you brought up that game, because if I'm willing to submit to you, okay, the Packers lost that game in Chicago, and the Bears won it, right? Because games aren't played in 57 minutes, they're played in 60 minutes.
Correct.
If I'm willing to submit that to you, you must be willing to submit to us that the Packers have significantly outplayed the Bears for the bulk of their time playing together. And my question would be, what does that mean for the game this weekend? Wouldn't that bigger sample size mean Packers are a better team, and maybe that the Bears fans are a little bit concerned about what that means for the playoff game as opposed to just the 3 minutes at the end of the second game?
I'll submit to you that you have outplayed us the bulk of the time the two teams have played. I also believe we have a better roster, 1-53. Now, if you had Micah Parsons, it's a totally different discussion because he'd be the best player on either team playing on the field. But unless they cure his ACL in the next 4 days, he's not going to be out there. And you guys don't have Devontae Wyatt. And when the two teams step on the field on Saturday night, we have the better offensive line, we have the better run game, and I believe we will have the better team at the end of the night.
It's just crazy to me, and I'm for real. I'm going to ask you this because I understand that you are delusional, and you're a delusional Bears fan, and that's okay. But how does your team put together a full 60 minutes? Because you can't continue to play with fire, especially in a playoff atmosphere that is significantly heightened up against a Packers team that has been to the playoffs the last 3 seasons.
If they didn't expand the playoffs to 7 teams, you guys would be sitting home year after year after year.
Man,
you are an overrated
arguments.
roster. Sorry, it's just a fact.
So how did your team struggle against an overrated roster? You could not slow down our offense in the first game in Lambeau. Malik Willis, for 3.5 quarters, was better than your star quarterback that you would take over anybody else in the division in that game in Chicago. So how does your team actually go out there and put together a full game, Cap? That's what I'm trying to figure out, because luck ain't going to happen every single game. And your boys got lucky last time, and you know that.
Really? Because I thought that the pass that Caleb threw with your guy bearing down on him to Jade Walker to tie it.
Blown coverage, face mask, penalty. Like, you understand, there was a whole bunch of things, the whole damn earth and everything aligned perfectly for the Chicago
pass
Bears
that Caleb threw to Jade off his back foot was amazing. And the pass that he hit to DJ Moore, the only thing I wish I would have had other than watching that is you vomit all over yourself as he rolled into the end zone and you heard Kevin Burkhardt go, Chicago wins! You were absolutely devastated because I know it.
Cap, I get it now. You ignore facts and you just focus on the good things. And focusing on the good things can keep you in a good mindset. But guess what? Your Bears have lost year after year after year after year. And, you know.
They have.
And they will continue to
They
lose
absolutely have. And guess what?
You do fully understand the Green Bay Packers are going to be healthy going into this game. They're going to get their right tackle back. Josh Jacobs is healthy. And we were able to run the ball against you guys the game with Emmanuel Wilson. And Christian Watson won't be coming off an injury. Our team is
why don't we put a wager on this? I'll put up Lou Malnati's pizza. I'll have it shipped up to you guys. What are you guys going to offer to me besides a certificate for a fish fry at the VFW up in Sheboygan?
I think it's very easy. Since you're so tough and you think you have the answers and the Bears are going to win according to you, you'll have to wear a Jordan Love jersey and Kyle wore the Caleb Williams jersey.
Whoa. I'm going to tell you this right now. My Packers going to win. But I'll be damned if I ever put on that putrid, disgusting Chicago Bears jersey a day in my life. I would rather burn in hell than ever put that trash-ass jersey on my body. I won't be...
Well, get ready because we're lighting you on fire.
Hit him back. Cap is good. He already knows it. This is the thing. It's Cap. You can't give us any rational reason why your team's going to win. Oh, we're going to beat your ass on Saturday.
I could give you an absolute rational reason.
Our offensive line is so good. But, Cap, what about the last 2 times you played? You guys weren't able to really establish yourselves. You weren't able to score points. Well, you know, our team,
really? Because as far as I know, in the second half of the game at Lambeau, we ran it down your throat. And that is what they're going to do. They're going to establish the run, and they are going to end up controlling time of possession, and we are going to beat you.
That's it?
It's going to start with the run game. Keep your offense off the field. We control the ball and the clock with the run game. Caleb will make plays in the pass game when he has to. And guess what? I am going to laugh my ass off.
When he has to, will make the plays, but you'll take him over anybody.
Guess what? The Patriots aren't saying Drake May's going to make plays when he has to. The Washington Commanders last year weren't talking about, Jaden Daniels will make plays when he
How'd that work out for the Washington Commanders? How'd that work out? That worked out real well for them. What are they, 4-13? That worked out well for them.
But he got hurt.
Oh, stop. If you really think just that one injury, they fired both coordinators. I wouldn't be shocked to see Dan Quinn out and John Harbaugh roll in. That thing's a dumpster fire there. And let me ask Brad one thing.
Oh, Bradley.
If you got a snap in a big game and you fumbled it or you shanked it out of bounds, you'd stand at your locker and you would answer every last question as a professional, would you not?
Yeah, and it's happened. I had a couple bad shanks in my career, and I had to stand there, yes.
Would you wear a cheese grater after winning one game barely on a miracle? Would you wear that?
That's not my style.
As if you won the Super Bowl?
It's not my style, Kyle.
Only dodo brain folks do that.
But my question is, I know him as a professional. He would stand at his locker and go, "It sucks. I should have kicked a better ball. I should have handled the snap."
Cap wants them to be.
Yeah, let's find out what kind of a man Keyshawn Nixon is again if he gets burned.
Oh, well.
What a gutless loser.
Because Keyshawn got the interception against their quarterback who made a bad decision and threw it to Cole Kmet late, and Keyshawn got the interception, so now they're mad.
If I may, Cap, I just want
We're not mad at him. We laugh at him.
I just want you to hear something that I'm going to play for you over and over and over.
I'll submit to you. I'll submit to you.
Yeah, you're going to submit to us.
I'll submit to you.
Mm-hmm. That's what you're going to do.
Well, I offered you guys Malnati shipped up there for the studio. You haven't made an offer back.
Well, Kyle, I don't know what Malnati's is. I'll offer you some Dominoes. How about that?
Yeah, I'll pass.
I can get it delivered right to you.
Kyle's not going to do money. I know that. He doesn't want your pizza. There's got to be something with pride. You guys are prideful individuals.
And it's got to sting a little bit.
It's got to sting.
He's scared. Kyle's scared. He's deep down going, if we lose to these dudes, I would bet Kyle probably won't even be there Monday.
Cap, will you do the Jordan
Keyshawn Nixon
jersey bet?
Will I do the what?
The Jordan Love jersey bet? If the Packers
absolutely, I will.
Doesn't matter. No, Brad, don't believe him. Ask him has he jumped in the lake. He was just at his lake house this last week for 8 beautiful days in Oshkosh. Ask him has he jumped in the lake. It's been 2 years.
I told Ben Brust, you call me, I will absolutely jump in. That dude wouldn't even take my calls. Dude, I'm with family. I can't answer the phone because he didn't like the fact that DJ Moore was laid in the end zone with a cheese grater hat on.
Can I ask you a serious question? For real, like a real question. And
so this all hasn't been real?
He has to take the grater off for this because when you put the grater on, you become even more delusional. Through 3.5 quarters of that game against the Packers last time at Soldier Field, you had to be just a total wreck and depressed, right? You had to be thinking to yourself, these guys, we just can't beat those guys.
I wasn't happy with how we were playing. Absolutely correct. But guess what? We play 60 minutes.
No, you don't. You play 3.
And by the way, let's also clear something else up because you two were ridiculous yesterday. Matt LaFleur, our coach took a shot at him because he said we play our guys. Is Nick Sirianni mad too that Ben Johnson said that because he benched his guys? He wasn't talking about your coach. We just live rent-free in your guys' freaking heads.
With the
That's
man
it.
with a cheese grater on his head. What are we doing?
We live rent-free in your heads. I'll make the bet. I'll wear the Jordan Love jersey on my show for 3 freaking hours. You agree to do the same thing in a Caleb Williams jersey.
Cheese grater head guy. Come on now. Like stop it. You're not going to live up to it. You're not going to wear the jersey. We already understand that it doesn't matter because you're never going to live up to the bet. You're never going to pay up to the bet.
You won't do it.
Okay, what about you wear the jersey, Kyle wears the cheese grater?
No. Absolutely not. I'll wear the Jordan Love jersey.
I'll wear the cheese grater.
Cheesehead cheese grater.
I'll wear the cheese
Nope.
grater.
That's
I'm wearing the jersey. He's got to put the Caleb jersey on when we beat your ass.
Your man. Are you willing to stand behind your team?
Ain't touching my man. I'm not worried about it, but I'll be damned if I put that on because Cap's not going to put the jersey on when the Packers win on Saturday. I'm a man of my word, so if I say I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Who's our boss?
Okay, yeah. Our boss don't pay up on bets either. What you talking about?
Danny Zetterman, director of content for the whole company. He'll back this up and guarantee that I wear the Jordan Love jersey if you beat us. You got to wear the Caleb jersey.
I told you, I'd rather be burning in hell than be caught in anything Chicago Bears.
Well, get ready because it's going to get awfully warm where you're going to be.
All right, you two. It's almost like who's less of a man right now, and I got to cut it off. You guys text on the side and figure it out, and I expect that is the goal. You guys need to come to a conclusion on the side so we have something to promote on Friday heading into Saturday's game. Who will be wearing
I offered. The gutless wonder won't take the bet because deep down he's terrified we're going to beat you.
All right, you need
kind of how I'm feeling, Cap, right now. I'm not going to lie.
Raise some Bears with that, man. You know what's funny about that? Had the Packers won that game, what do you think DJ Moore and Caleb Williams would have did with the cheese grater in their locker room?
We don't have to worry about it because we did.
All right, Cap,
drop a pair, kid. Drop a pair and say you'll take the bet.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. The final offer seems to be jersey for jersey.
Do it. A guy who's not going to follow through with the bet.
He just put the content director.
Oh, yeah, the content director.
Stroke, bring it out.
That was a name drop.
He ain't doing it. I told you. Listen, the dude still owes us. He owes us 2 bets. Didn't we bet the last game too?
Kyle,
we did not.
This sounds soft.
Yeah, well, so call me soft because the boy ain't putting a damn Bears jersey on. Never.
You are as soft as they come.
Never. And you are as delusional as they come, sir.
Damn.
I'm offering. I'll wear the Jordan Love jersey if you beat us. But when you don't, you put the Caleb jersey on for your show.
I'm telling you,
3 hours.
I'm not worried about the Packers losing, but I'll be damned.
You can't say that.
I'm not putting that up on me. I'm not putting that energy out there. I'll put money on it before I put a damn jersey on. 100%.
Cap, I think you've made the statement. It's on to Kyle Wallace now.
Kyle Wallace has spoken. Y'all can have fun all you want. I said cheese grater. We ain't even betting no damn Bears.
I appreciate you taking the time out, Cap.
All right, you guys have a great week. Bears win.
There it is. David Kaplan, ESPN 1000. I'll say this. I did my best to try and find another solution.
I feel like the cheese grater is more embarrassing than the Caleb Williams jersey.
No, I'm not putting a Bears anything on in my life ever. I would never agree to anything like that. Ever.
Womp, womp.
Sure, call
yeah, even KBN Nation and the Packers fans.
That was pathetic, Kyle.
Stroke, wait a minute. Stroke still has to put on Bears stuff from a year ago.
Again,
so, what are we talking about?
Your name is on the show.
And we know Kaplan doesn't pay up his bet.
He brought in the big boss.
Oh, yeah, the big boss, my ass. Listen, Kaplan ain't paid his bet a year ago. I can call Danny right now and say, hey, Cap needs to jump in the lake. He say, well, I can try to.
All right.
He needs to jump in that damn lake. I'm not doing that. This is a lose-lose for Kyle Wallace because I come here Monday. If the Packers somehow miracle lose like they did the last time in Chicago, I got to put it on. Cap ain't putting no damn Jordan Love jersey on. Y'all know that.
Well, he's still sitting there listening, smirking at you, trying to find every reason to get out of this.
It must be nice to say I'm going to bet something and then not pay off the bet.
You could make the argument you're a bigger Packer fan than Cap is of a Bear fan. Then.
Oh, 100% am. He's delusional. I'm a real deal.
All right, we'll sort this out. Thanks to David Kaplan, who's smirking ear to ear, waving goodbye, as Kyle will not take him up on this bet. Man, contradicting himself is the flip-flop. Oh, gosh, you're hurting yourself against KBN Nation and everybody.
One of y'all do it. I ain't doing it.
We're not the Packer backers, man.
No problem doing it.
It wouldn't be as funny.
I'm not putting the Bears thing on. Like I said before, I'm standing on business. I got dude right here next to me, Alex Strofe, who ain't put on the Bears stuff from over a season ago when he said the Bears are going to lose. Why? Because he has no interest in doing it.
Deflecting.
Ain't no deflecting. I'm just being honest. We don't want to do that.
Well,
you guys can do it together.
What started as the Carveless Talk and Text line lighting up David Kaplan has turned to the direction of one Kyle Wallace who won't take David Kaplan up on the bet. We'll be right back. It's Kyle. We'll see if he becomes a man next.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
I'm a seam head now. You can call me whatever you want.
Oh, seam head. I don't even know what that is. You have to
That means
explain
I'm a
it to me.
baseball dork. All I do is sit and watch MLB big inning at night.
Head.
I've never heard that before.
This is because you're not a seam head.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Whether it's live or in podcast form, you've heard us on air with all of our shenanigans.
Gabe, I'm throwing some. Why are you throwing? I don't want.
Now see your favorite 94.5 ESPN shows streaming on video.
Named by me, by the way. I hit that microphone like 4 out of 6 times on that.
Subscribe to ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube and get notified when we hit the air live. Plus, you can watch back any second that you miss and see original digital content too. Watch, listen, interact. ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee. Why Z-Bart? Because you don't want rust holes in your expensive vehicle. Let Z-Bart keep the rust away with professional rust protection. Only at Z-Bart.
By the time the 7th-seeded Packers and the 2nd-seeded Chicago Bears take the field on Saturday night in the wild card round of the playoffs, it will be over a month since the Packers' last win, which took place at Lambeau Field on December 7th when the Packers defeated the Bears. The other one they should have won happened on December 20th in Chicago when just about everything went wrong in the final 2 minutes in overtime. Packers head coach Matt LaFleur says they can't focus on the past if they want to get a win in the playoffs.
I think that's in the past. I think there's nothing we can do about that. We just got to look to the future.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee.
Do you want your car to shine like a diamond? Then you need Z-Gloss from Z-Bart. Z-Gloss gives you a mirror finish and protects your paint from everything Mother Nature can throw at it with a 10-year guarantee. Visit zbart.com for more information.
Monica, we've got to hand it to you.
You and the design team have outdone yourselves.
Are you talking about the One collection?
Those rings say you are the one.
And they say it symbolically.
Describe the symbols.
Every ring in the One collection should be presented with a special ritual.
What would that ritual be?
You pick up her left hand and you place a kiss on her ring finger.
Rick, you never told me about that part.
Then you show her the tiny red diamond, flush mounted inside the ring, that will forever be in contact with her finger.
Why is it red?
Because that's when the giver says to the one, wherever you go, my heart goes with you.
I give you this kiss. I give you my heart.
The red diamond is a secret symbol of that sacred moment.
The center diamond on the outside of the ring is for the whole world to see.
But the tiny red created diamond inside the ring is only for the two of them.
The One collection of engagement rings is available exclusively at Kessler's.
To find the Kessler's nearest you,
visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
The pursuit of fair wages and top-of-the-line benefits is achieved when the right union has your back. The Sheet Metal Workers Labor Union is extremely diverse, representing Wisconsinites working HVAC, architectural metals, welding, specialty fabrication, and much more. Make great living wages with outstanding benefits, pensions, and apprenticeship programs in trained, safe working environments. The Sheet Metal Workers Union is a leading force in the revitalization of the labor movement in Wisconsin.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hey Tom, I want a new hoop for the kids. Any ideas?
Yeah, I got mine from Precision Sports over 10 years ago. They helped me choose the right hoop, installed it, and even painted my court lines.
Nice. How do I reach them?
Easy. PrecisionSportsOnline.com for a free quote.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Hunter, I completely agree with you on the Carbless Talk and Text line. That segment was the verbal equivalent of toddlers debating theoretical physics. It's a pretty good way to put it. I was never good at physics, got a D in that in college.
That might be an understatement.
So here's where I've landed. As David Kaplan just joined us from ESPN 1000, a lot of nonsense from him, a lot of nonsense from everybody, but it was put on the table, and I tried getting Kyle out of it, of wearing a cheese grater if the Bears win, and if the Packers win, Cap wearing a cheese head. Cap stood on that he would wear a Jordan Love jersey during his show if Kyle would wear a Caleb Williams jersey on the show. And Kyle's worried about the payoff, which I do understand because I have the gripe of David Kaplan saying he would jump in Lake Winnebago if Justin Fields' team would have beat the Green Bay Packers.
Fields jumped in Winnebago in the cold.
Which we did at Lake Michigan. So, with that, I think since Cap brought up the big bosses, Danny Zetterman, director of content of our company, Good Karma Brands, ESPN Chicago, New York, LA, Wisconsin, all of it, that you create a document that says with a signature line for Kyle, a signature line for Cap, and a signature line for the director of content. Effective on Monday. If the Packers win, David Kaplan has to wear the Jordan Love jersey on Cap and J Hood. If the Bears win, Kyle will not put on a Caleb Williams jersey until David Kaplan fulfills his bet that has been unfulfilled of jumping in Lake Winnebago outside of Oshkosh area. If he does that, then Kyle will put on the jersey. I think that is the best I can do to make this happen. I'm working wonders around here.
Now listen, y'all know I hate the Bears, and the Packers are going to win on Saturday. You
got to stop saying that if you're not going to take the bet.
I just don't do any business with somebody who is untrustworthy and doesn't fulfill their duty or step up like a man and actually follow through on things. And that is something that Cap has showed us that he doesn't follow through. So it's a lose-lose for Kyle Wallace because Cap wasn't going to do it. Now, you brought up something interesting. If he becomes a man and grows a pair, as y'all have been saying.
As he said to you.
Come on, it's too cold to jump into the water. You can ask my wife. It's frozen. If he grows a pair and jumps into Lake Winnebago during this winter time, then yeah, I would do it. I'll sign on to that. But
Kyle.
listen, I ain't concerned about it. I ain't worried about it. It was about the fact that I knew that he ain't going to follow through on it. I ain't going to be the only one that has to follow through on something. But my Packers going to win. If he follows through on jumping in Lake Winnebago and somehow the Bears pull out a miracle on Saturday, then fine. I'll do that. But I'll be damned if he ain't going to follow through on his bets. He's already proven that he is man enough.
Since you said that, I went right to the phone, and I have someone making the document as we speak. With the ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN 1000, Good Karma Brands logo, we'll put together the document so it's in writing, so there has to be deliverables paid off, or...
If he's a man of his word,
we'll put jobs on the line.
Oh, wow. Just like that.
I can't do that. We can't do that. I don't think that's within the rules, but I
think that's fair. That's fair.
Because,
he's not a man of his word.
I can understand being hesitant to enter into a contract with someone that hasn't fulfilled previous contracts.
Bumps that. If he says the Packers are going to win, you just do it.
Hell no.
I'm just saying my piece.
That's a lose-lose situation.
Don chimes in with good hustle, Kyle, but there are a lot of people that are Packer backers and KBN Nation members that are upset with one Kyle Wallace bringing back his back-flapping, flip-flopping history here with the bet. I see your phone calls. We'll get to you on the other side. It's a 2-minute break. We're not going anywhere. It's Kyle Brust Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin.
When a trophy is raised, it can feel like the season's over, but on the ESPN app, it never really is. Because with more than 47,000 live events, plus originals, highlights, and coverage from every corner of the sports world, there's always something to dive into. No off-season, just everything a fan needs to keep going. Always in season, get all of ESPN all in one place. Download the ESPN app on your TV or phone today.
Hey, it's your friend John McGivern. In a world full of chaos, I'm grateful for a health plan that has my back. Network Health is so reliable and trustworthy, they always put me and over 126,000 members first. It's just what they do and what they've always done for over 41 years. Call 833-7-NETWORK today. HMO and POS plans underwritten by Network Health Plan. Compensation has been provided for using this endorsement of Network Health.
Basketball fans, watch DME Academy on the campus of St. John's Northwestern Academy in Delafield this Friday and Saturday. See high-flying Wisconsin recruit LaTravian Fenderson, 7-foot recruit Bull One Rock, and 6'10" Trev Rodemaker. This is elite high school hoops. Youth coaches, bring your teams to see DME Academy basketball. DME plays Friday night at 7 and Saturday at 4 p.m. with free admission on the campus of St. John's Northwestern Academy in Delafield. Be there this Friday and Saturday for DME Academy basketball.
Can you feel it? It's the thrill of witnessing a walk-off grand slam, a game-winning touchdown, a buzzer-beating 3. Yeah, you know the feeling. And there's only one place to experience that raw exhilaration. Potawatomi Sportsbook. Catch all the action in a supreme space with dozens of sports betting kiosks, cool drinks, luxe seating, great food, fiery atmosphere, and a monster video wall. Become a legend at Potawatomi Sportsbook. More info online. Must be 21 to enter casino.
Gabe Neitzel here. Catch Jen, Gabe, and Chewy mornings 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN on ESPN Wisconsin. Here's Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, and Brad Nortman.
If you missed any of the first hour of Kyle Brust and Nortman, it's on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Strofe running the show. Get us on the Carbless Talk and text line 800-990-3776. David Kaplan offered a bet with Kyle Wallace as David Kaplan was wearing a cheese grater on our show on video. He offered Kyle Wallace the opportunity for a Caleb Williams jersey during KBN and a Jordan Love jersey on Cap and J Hood of ESPN 1000. If the respective teams win, the other person has to wear the other team's jersey. Now, I have the document being made. I still will stand by a lot of people saying it is soft and embarrassing that you won't take it, especially with touting the chest out that you don't think the Packers are going to lose.
Yeah, but Cap is not one to follow through.
Actions speak louder than words. So the best I can do is put together a document saying that Cap has to jump into Lake Winnebago or Lake Michigan so he could do it right away. Equally as cold. If he pays out the bet that is long overdue, then we're on track for Monday to have this paid out from a bet standpoint. Let's go to Kevin in Illinois as we shift our conversation back to here about what is most important for the Green Bay Packers coming on Saturday and the future of this team. Kevin in Illinois, you're up with Kyle Brust Nortman on the Carbless Talk and text line.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. First and foremost, I think you guys should make Cap come on Monday after the Packers beat the Bears and face the music. Definitely a necessity, despite in addition to paying off the bet. But I wanted to cite a couple examples because I know Kyle is really on the don't fire Matt LaFleur train, and there are some specific examples of long-tenured coaches that have been fired after multiple playoff seasons in a row to bring in a new head coach, bring in a new voice. 2015, Denver fired John Fox, hired Gary Kubiak, immediately won a Super Bowl. 2000, the Bucs fired Tony Dungy, brought in John Gruden, immediately won a Super Bowl. And then going back a little bit farther, the Broncos back in the 90s fired Dan Reeves, bring in Mike Shanahan. That one took a little bit longer, but again, eventually won a Super Bowl. So there is precedent for something like this happening before, and it's been successful in the past. This is not an indictment saying that Matt LaFleur is a bad coach or that they should fire him. But sometimes you do need to get a new voice in the room, maybe some new mojo in the room, fire the guys up, you gotta change things up sometimes. And there are examples that show that this is a successful thing to do. And like I said, not an indictment on Matt LaFleur. He's a great coach. He'll probably immediately get a job somewhere else. But sometimes, especially when you got as many big fish out in the market now that you don't necessarily have every coaching cycle where you're not bringing in a coordinator. You're bringing in an established.
That's a good point.
Kevin, I hear you. And just to keep the conversation flowing here, I think those are good examples, but also those are extreme examples. Like, it's not like it's like you went over 2-3 decades. 4 decades, actually. No, 3 decades. So once every 30 years for one specific team. Like, the odds of 32 teams and all the playoff teams, like, the argument I can make for the Packers is you have a franchise quarterback and you have an all-pro edge rusher. That's a foundational piece that I think you'd move forward with, that any coach would sign up, high-level coach looking for a position that you could plug in if you think you have the guy. But the odds of that, like, from a 3 times and one you had mentioned, Shanahan took a couple years, I don't think people are looking for a couple years, and that's what it gets to a point now of if they don't win, again, I think they will. I really do. So it's maybe moot, but a lot of conversation leading up to this is if they don't.
But the thesis that Kevin said is accurate, though. Sometimes you need a new voice in the room. You need a different perspective. We don't know the deep X's and O's, but maybe Matt LaFleur's system has gotten slightly stale. Maybe his mission statement, maybe his voice in the locker room has gotten slightly stale. And even though it's rare that a team would fire its head coach, I feel like there's 2 kind of teams that are in the market for a head coach. One is it's like a dumpster fire. You're the Raiders, you're the Cardinals. Things aren't working out, and you're just grasping. You don't have players, and you don't have a coach. That's when it's like rare to actually turn things around. Every once in a while, though, could be like the Baltimore Ravens this year. There are teams that are knocking on the door, and they've got maybe a franchise quarterback, and they have players. And when you stir the pot a little bit, and when you change things up, everybody gets put on notice. And they're human just like we are. There's a sense of urgency. There's you have your attention, and maybe, just maybe, that's what you need to do to push things over the edge. I do believe Matt LaFleur is a good head coach, and he'll get a job right away if he is fired.
Yeah,
however, there are other guys out there that maybe are just what this specific team needs at this specific time.
The Packers were 9-7-1, and it was an ugly 9-7-1. And we're talking about through the first 15 games of the season, the Packers are, 6-7, 7-7, whatever it is, 7-7. Then that's an ugly way to get there. But the Packers started showing a lot of momentum. They were on a 3-game winning streak when they went into that game, or no, 4-game winning streak when they went into that game against the Denver Broncos. They just showed so many bright spots and so much growth, especially when you had a murky middle of the year. And so with everything that he displayed, I think it's worth bringing Matt LaFleur back. And again, you just have to hope guys stay healthy, and you also have to hope your general manager is able to get you more depth so there isn't such a huge drop-off from Micah. There's always going to be a drop-off from Micah, but you're talking about we can't even get sacks without Micah Parsons or get pressure on the quarterback rushing for without Micah Parsons at all. And so that is a big thing where I think it's more indicative on Goody than it is on Matt LaFleur as a coach.
Again, this Saturday feels like each day. Obviously, as you get closer to game day, you get more excited, but I feel like the weight of this game continues to get heavier and heavier and heavier, and your hope is that the Packers themselves don't feel that. Matt LaFleur himself, if he does feel it, you better put your best foot forward, but again, we don't know. I keep prefacing this because it's so crazy that this is year 1 of Ed Policy as president, just from a timing standpoint, that in the bylaws, Mark Murphy had to retire at a certain age, and they're at the point now at Matt LaFleur's tenure where he's come in, he made some statement about lame duck QBs, and we're all just trying to figure it out together.
Well, and Ed Policy's dad, Carmen Policy, the guy that was one of the architects of the San Francisco 49ers, he fired Bill Walsh. And Bill Walsh is one of the greatest coaches of all time. So father isn't necessarily
I was going to say, he's not father.
But, I mean,
some people like to rewrite their own history.
That's true. Maybe he wants to write his own
not be
story.
daddy's,
But you make a good point, Ben, because this game is huge. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Absolutely huge, massive, one of the big games of Matt LaFleur's entire career. And these big games, he just hasn't had a history of handling everything right. It could be in-game decisions. It could be play calls. It could be timeouts. Whatever it is, there just happens to be something about these big games where Matt LaFleur just looks like he's a little bit on ice skates a little bit and not really standing firm on business. So that's why this game, I mean, it's unfair to say this game is for your career or this game is for your future as a Packer head coach, but it is a little bit of a microcosm of what the things that we are frustrated with that the Packers can't get over the hump. So that's why I think this game's results might have some pretty big meaning behind it.
Wow. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talkin' text line. And as we were debating, not debating, everyone thinks Kyle should take the bet except himself, of wearing the Jordan Love or wearing the Caleb Williams jersey if the Bears win. calling out David Kaplan for not jumping in Lake Winnebago from Ron and the Key is very, very, very interesting, as Kyle did not fulfill the bet of Brust Nortman.
No, here we go.
We jumped in Lake Michigan. He was the only one to not put his head under the water.
Ben is my biggest op. My biggest op.
I'm just reading what Ron and the Key said.
Never once did we ever say when we you got to dip your head under.
I mean,
that was never,
it's implied.
That was never once.
Again, it just shows you going halfway and not jumping all the way in.
I did this. I bounce. And I got
excuse.
Matter of fact, that's another bet. I wasn't even here when y'all made that bet, but I still followed through on it. I was sitting there.
You didn't follow through all the way.
I was literally in one of the hottest places you can be.
You're halfway through.
I was in 88 degrees down in Mexico, and all of a sudden I come back to find out I'm supposed to be jumping in negative 10 degree weather.
Halfway, Kyle.
But I stand on business. If I say I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. And I ended up doing that one.
800-990-3776.
This is the way you started 2026 off.
I'm just relaying the facts. That's all I'm here to do.
There is no damn fact today.
Brad Nortman has the best year, Brad, he's had in a long time, according to him. He's pulling it out of Strofe. Will he let us down, or will he deliver? Or will he halfway it like Kyle Wallace? But first, I'm going to tell you about Screamin' Sicilian Pizza, because it is the best frozen pizza you can find in your local grocer's freezer. From Cheez-It Pizza to Stranger Things to all the Palermo's brands to my favorite, the Screamin' Sicilian, the secret tomato recipe sauce with that buttery stone-fired crust and the tons of cheese and toppings on top, which makes it even better than anything you will have in your frozen freezer section of pizza. Just grab a Palermo's brand and it will deliver for you whatever you're feeling. Frozen Pizza Friday is right around the corner. My wife's been in Vegas at a conference, so I have been taking care of everything. So you know what, on Friday, I'm not going to cook. I'm not going to clean. I'm just going to pop in a delicious frozen pizza from Palermo's. Taste what all that screaming is about, and stay tuned for Frozen Pizza Friday. Coming up next, hear Brad out.
This is Kyle, Brust and Nortman, KBN.
Yeah, let them do it. I ain't doing it.
You're not going to hurt our feelings.
Come on.
Just mine.
Homer, come on.
Yo, fuck. I should be doing this time. I should be 2-6. That good enough for you? You need any more? Nobody's as good as me.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Westbound on 94, starting off with some delays from 27th Street all the way to Hawley Road. Eastbound is backing up from just about 76th Street to Hawley Road as well. Southbound 43, you do have a little bit of a backup heading through the Marquette proper. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, partly cloudy skies, low of 36. Tomorrow, increasing clouds, mild with afternoon rain, a high of 51. Weather is brought to you by Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more. Easy and affordable apparel personalization with no minimums and fast turnaround. For all your printing needs, bigfrog.com/Mequon. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
It doesn't matter if it's your first betting slip ever or just the first one of the week. We've got your Potawatomi sportsbook picks covered. Tune in Wednesdays to the Weekly Wager with Josh DiMaggio and Ben Brust.
Greasy Ben Brust, just whichever way the wind's blowing. I have bad posture. I don't have a great backbone, Joshy.
The Weekly Wager, Wednesday nights at 6, right here on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel.
Rick, tell Sarah about the practical joke you came up with.
Okay, Sarah, this is really great. Are you ready?
Rick, I'm always ready. I walk around in a constant state of readiness.
A man buys a woman a pair of diamond stud earrings from Kessler's.
So far, this doesn't sound like much of a practical joke.
Be patient, he's not done yet.
And then on her birthday, or Valentine's Day, or Mother's Day, or Tuesday, he sneaks them out of her jewelry box and replaces them with a larger pair.
Well, as practical jokes go, this one sounds delightful, but it also sounds expensive.
No, he bought them at Kessler's, remember?
When you buy diamond stud earrings from Kessler's,
and we have them for $180 to $24,000 a pair,
you always get 100% of the price you paid when you trade up for a larger pair.
He just pays the difference?
He just pays the difference.
I love practical jokes. When do I get my first pair?
For the Kessler's nearest you, go to KesslersDiamonds.com.
Did you hear? Allstate car insurance now costs even less.
So when you bundle with home, you can save even more. Check Allstate first to bundle and save with a new lower auto rate. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings may vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Let's go!
You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Having a tough time paying your bills? Learn how to reduce your credit card debt to a fraction of what you owe. Call the Debt Helpline now for free advice. 800-329-9912. 800-329-9912.
Craving that crispy, cheesy, thick Detroit-style pizza? Well, now you got it with Screamin' Sicilian. Screamin' Sicilian delivers the crunch, the gooey cheese pull, and that light, airy crust that you love, all baked in its own pan for those crave-worthy caramelized edges straight from your home oven. You got the cheese, the pepperoni, multi-meat, or supreme. It's like dining out, but without the hefty bill. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer section. Screamin' Sicilian, Detroit-style, thick, crispy, unapologetically screamin'.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
New year, which means people are expecting big things from Brad Nortman on Hear Brad Out. Rob Domofsky, typically scheduled for 3:30, will be moved to tomorrow. It's great as we get closer to Saturday's game, Packers-Bears. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Get those fingers ready on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. And, of course, the Carbless Talk and Text on 800-990-3776. We always want you to react to Brad's ideas here on Hear Brad Out.
They say punters are people, too.
Punters are worthy of breaking news.
No, really, that's what they say.
Raising awareness everywhere that punters are people, too.
Okay, let's go to it. Time to hear from the punter. Time to hear Brad Out.
All right, guys.
Pretty good 2026 one, Ben. And on 2026, I'm bringing it this year for Hear Brad Out, but also for a couple resolutions, right? And guess what? I'm sitting here inspired. I'm inspired by Alex Strofe. Who would have thought I'd ever say that? I'm inspired by Alex Strofe.
Oh, thanks, Brad.
Because let me ask you, Ben, when's the last time you started and finished a full book?
High school.
Kyle.
I don't know. Couldn't tell you.
Strofe.
I haven't finished it yet, but it will be later this week, hopefully.
And that's what inspired me. But here's the reality. I've got this too. I want to read more in the new year. One of my resolutions. The reality is there's some things about literature, about books, that got to get changed.
They need more pictures.
To make guys like Ben Brust, to make guys like Kyle Wallace, and even guys like Brad Nortman, who has become slacking in his reading, I got 4 things to make books great again in American culture. And that's what we're going to do.
Make books great again.
Books great again. And you've already sniffed out a couple of them, Ben. First of all, the first rule of all new books going into circulation that editors and writers must subscribe to: 200 written page max. It's all books.
Love that.
Novels. It could be history, like Strofe reading about the league. Whatever book it is, any subject matter, whatever it is, 200 written pages max. If you cannot distill a story or what you're trying to convey in 200 pages, you are not being pushed enough for efficiency. That's number 1. Number 2. A visual every 10 pages. Every 10 pages, there's a visual. And if it's a novel, it could be a map. It could be a picture of your, main character. If it's a finance book, it could be a chart. Every 10 pages, there's a full page visual. Honestly, you got to get rewarded for going 10 pages. By the time 10 pages comes around, give me something to see. I want to feel rewarded for reading 10 straight pages.
Keep me clapping, Brad.
Okay, here we go. There's 2 more. Sometimes we agree life gets in the way, right? You buy a book. Maybe Strofe doesn't finish next week. Maybe his book's still unread 3 months from now. Inside every book is a QR code. In this QR code, you can pay 25 cents and you will get a direct summary and message from the author to summarize the book for you. In essence, being able to kind of shortcut read the book.
Have you heard of Spark Notes?
But this is from the author. It's only 25 cents. So you kind of give the author a little bit of, hey, I tried.
25 cents?
Give me the main thing. Give me the main thing. And this is my favorite one yet. This is my favorite one yet. You ever go to a bookstore or scroll through books? You want to read, but you don't know what to read. I don't know what to read. All I see is the covers. Book trailers. That's right, book trailers.
I like this one.
Movies. If you only saw the movie poster, you'd be like, what the heck is this movie about? I don't know if I should buy a ticket to it. Books, that's basically what you get with the cover. I see a ship in the ocean. What is this about? I have no idea. Book trailers will solve that problem. Again, QR code on the back of the book. You take a picture of that QR code, you immediately get a 30-second invigorating, exciting, maybe even teasing descriptor from the author about what the book's about, why you should buy it, and how much you're going to enjoy it.
I'm guessing that's an audio trailer because they don't have video companies.
Audio trailer. An audio trailer from the author himself, and you're going to hear them from the author's voice himself.
Wait, isn't that what the inside's for? Don't they have like or the back? Isn't there a summary on the back?
But a lot of times people don't have that time, and you want to get drawn
Don't have that time, but they have 30 seconds?
You want to get drawn into it, right? It's multifaceted. It's more experiential. So there you go. Making books great again in 2026. 200 written page maximum hard cutoff. A visual image every 10 pages. Could be any visual image. A QR code that if you don't finish for 25 cents, you get that summary, you get that message from the author, and finally the book trailer. So it can help you decide and filter through the books that are right for you, so you buy with conviction and excitement.
Let's get rid of the QR code. You got my vote.
What's that?
Get rid of the QR code. You got my vote.
Which QR code?
The middle one. Like, just use the visuals to get caught back up.
But you like the book trailer, don't you?
Of course.
Okay, I love it.
Hey, Brad.
Ben, I knew you'd like this, Ben.
Ben, you want to read? This is from University of Wisconsin, Milwaukee. You want to read what that says?
Read
it out loud.
Children's and YA literature. What does that mean?
Young adult.
Book trailers.
Oh. Wow.
Okay, well, I still stick with my other ones. I've never heard. Have you heard that to this point?
I've never heard of a book trailer.
That's not fair.
So what is a book trailer?
What is a book trailer?
I have a problem with all four of these. So the 200-page thing, you kept referencing the word novel.
Yeah.
In order to be qualified as a novel, it needs at least 50,000 words.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I've read some pretty short novels in my
A novel
day.
is a long fictional prose narrative exploring complex human experiences through plot, characters, and setting.
How many pages?
Typically exceeding
How many pages
50,000
does that
words,
equate to?
but usually 75,000 to 100,000 words.
How many pages does that equate to?
50,000.
50,000 is close to 200. It's a little bit past.
There you go.
200.
Perfect.
50,000 words.
But
I just wanted the
closer
words.
to double that. So I don't know how a novel would only be 200 pages.
Okay, nonfiction.
If you have a short attention span, that's on you.
A lot of people do. Oh, wow, guy reads one book? Guy reads one book and he's the book guy?
The image thing, I guess I don't really have a problem with. The book I'm reading right now has a picture of the characters and people.
Yeah,
I think that
come to life a little
that could be helpful.
Every 10 pages, strictly every 10 pages.
I don't know if we need a hard and fast 10-page rule, but
you have 20.
Occasional pictures is still nice. I'm not. The QR code thing. What's the point of reading?
Because sometimes life gets in the way.
Why not just skip to the last page and pay the 25 cents?
Because you can't just get one page
Bingo.
worth. You need a summary. I, in fact, am in the middle of a book right now that I started back in November, and I can't think. I would love to pay a quarter and be able to hear from the author a 2-minute. This is how you put this into action, and this is
the
all
director's
important
cut,
stuff.
huh?
Yeah, exactly.
And then
exactly.
the trailer thing. So I was at a bookstore recently. This is how I got back into reading, and I picked up a couple books. You are familiar. There's usually a summary on the back of the book, right?
But that's not as exciting as a book trailer. Like, imagine if you go and you say, okay, I've got a movie about. I've got a movie about a bad.
You're missing the point. Okay, for movies, you're watching them. It is a watch and listen experience. Therefore, a shorter version of watching and listening is a trailer.
Yes.
For reading, you are reading. The back of the book is a shorter version of reading.
But I'm telling you, that's not enough for it to come alive. How can you have in one paragraph anything to describe?
This is
Brad, stop. The more you talk, the worse your idea is.
You are so smart. And then every Wednesday at 3:15, I go, this guy is a bleeping idiot.
But he keeps talking about why they need book trailers when they already exist.
Yeah, but they're not well known. They need to promote
what
those a
even
lot
is
more.
that? There's a
good book trailer has the same effect as a good movie trailer. It makes people excited about reading the book.
How come I've never seen those before?
Because you don't look for books.
I don't see any book trailer that I can access when I go to any bookstore.
I'm wondering, what's the book you're reading right now, Brad? You're trying to read?
Oh.
You don't even know the name of the book that you bought in November?
It was It was a book about fatherhood. Raising a Modern Day Night. Raising a Modern Day Night.
Poor Will.
Raising a Modern Day
Night.
Yeah, it's a great book.
KNI?
What?
Yeah. K? Like a night? Like a.
Yeah, K. Yeah, not
I don't know. Again, I don't read books. It could be a play on words of, in the darkness you raise them.
Here it is. Watch the full video. Here goes the author talking about it, Brad.
Brad forgot to include $1.75 providing your own carpet square at the second grade teacher will read to you.
Brad, is this book?
Square.
Brad, is this the book here, Raising a Modern Day Night? Is that the promo? Are they talking about?
I've never seen a promo for it.
What, did you look for it?
It doesn't look like the book that I don't know about how rafting.
Wild Men Ministry?
I don't know who wrote it.
I have a microwave that cools things down. I'd like to sell, Brad.
What?
Somebody has a microwave that cools things down that they'd like for you to sell, Brad. That's how they're taking your book thoughts right now.
A microwave that cools things down. That is brilliant. Wait a minute. That's brilliant.
That's called a fridge.
Call it a refrigerator.
I want it to be faster than a fridge, though.
Freezer.
Faster.
So wait.
You are the dumbest man alive.
I want the anti-microwave to cool as fast as a microwave.
That's next week's Hear Brad Out. God bless
Brad,
us
this
all.
is bad to start 2026.
What does that even mean?
Ben liked it.
Do you like books on tape?
I did until he kept talking.
I do like books on tape.
Hey, Brad, what happens to coffee when you put ice in it?
But you can't put ice in a slice of pizza if it's too hot.
I put pizza in the fridge for like 20 seconds. You're good to go.
Try the freezer. It might be 10 seconds.
I want 5.
Now you're getting very, very uppity on us right now, which is very fitting for a state Brad. Look, I tell you what, all of this testosterone right now needs to be taken out on the gym. You got David Kaplan's meathead coming into KBN here. Just need to go hit the gym, and that's the Princeton Club. The tennis lessons for my wife are getting planned out so we can pick some dates when we go drop our daughter off at the free childcare with our membership. So I can do a workout, she can do her tennis lessons, and then come to the summer in New Berlin. They're going to have the outdoor pool ready to go. In Madison, they have so much going on as well with multiple locations. So if you're looking for growth in 2026, the place is the Princeton Club. They have everything you need to find your better tomorrow. But why wait tomorrow? Start your better tomorrow today. Go get a tour, go see the facilities, feel the vibe, feel the atmosphere, and you'll be hooked, and you'll be loving the Princeton Club. Go there for your better tomorrow. I think this show needs a collective deep breath. We'll be back next. See, you just did that.
I felt good.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Ben, the irony of you saying this guy sounds like a tool and thinks he's better than everybody else.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Westbound 94 is a bit backed up right now from 27th Street. You're going to see it heavy all the way to Holly Road. After that, looks pretty good all the way into Waukesha County. Eastbound is backing up from 76th Street to about Holly Road. Southbound 41, all clear at the moment. 43 southbound's a little heavy from Fond du Lac Avenue down through the Marquette. And on 894 southbound, just about at just past National Avenue, we've got the right lane blocked with a broken down vehicle. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low of 36. Tomorrow, increasing clouds, mild with some afternoon rain, a high of 51. Weather is brought to you by Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center in Waukesha. Play over 2,000 courses, including that famous one with the green jackets. Book your bay at wisconsinindoorgolfcenter.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Something exciting is happening at St. Kate the Arts Hotel. On the second floor, you'll find the Studio Kitchen and Cocktails, Milwaukee's destination for bold flavors, fresh sushi, seasonal entrees, and cocktails crafted with care. Start your day with a breakfast that fuels you, stop in for dinner that sparks conversation, or linger late into the evening with drinks designed to inspire. With flavors and drinks for every mood, the Studio is the perfect place to gather, celebrate, and connect. Be boldly social. The Studio Kitchen and Cocktails, now on the second floor at St. Kate the Arts Hotel.
UW Credit Union presents the Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org.
With your UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, I'm Will Summers. This week's UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week is West Allis Central Junior and Iowa State recruit Yusuf Gray Jr. Gray led the Division I second-ranked Bulldogs to an impressive 71-44 victory over Lakeside Lutheran at the NY2LA Invite at Kettle Moraine High School. He finished with a game-high 21 points, helping West Allis Central pull away after a tight first half. After trailing midway through the opening period, the Bulldogs closed the half on a 12-4 run, then outscored Lakeside 33-17 in the second half to secure the win. Gray knocked down 10 field goals, with 8 of them coming at the rim. A top 150 recruit in the class of 2026, the 6'5" point guard continues to anchor a Bulldogs team that remains unbeaten at 6-0. Congrats to Yusuf Gray Jr., your UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
When it comes to joint replacement, you want the best care available. The Orthopedic Surgery Center in Pewaukee is a leader in joint replacement, offering same-day surgery with advanced technology. Their team of experts specializes in knee, hip, and shoulder replacements, using the latest techniques to minimize pain and recovery time. By choosing them, you're choosing a center focused on providing specialized care tailored to your needs. The team at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin can get you back to what matters, living pain-free.
And their prices are more affordable than urgent care or the ER. And they'll send a full report to your primary care doctor. Why wait at the ER? Walk in to Ortho ASAP for faster, more affordable care.
Total joint replacement. There is a difference. Visit orthowisconsin.com. That's orthowisconsin.com.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Alex Strofer on the show. B- here, Brad out to start the new year. We might need a project.
B-? That was an A- at the minimum.
B- might be
B-?
extremely high.
I can submit to you,
like David Kaplan,
the QR code, not book trailer. I think that's brilliant. Of like kind of giving you the cheat notes of the book.
I'll submit to you.
Yeah, and David Kaplan will submit to the idea that making books great again. Every single one of those ideas, brilliant. The amount of reading in this country will be amazing.
There was one good idea in the 4 you gave, and it was the pictures every 10 pages.
Why do you need a picture every
Alan
10
Kohler,
pages?
by the way, chimes in and says there is already something called a blast chiller that will accomplish what you need from a chilling your pizza standpoint.
People are so smart.
This. How rich are you, Al?
So
David Kohler, you got
clearly
a
he's talking the Brad Nortman estate language. Now, I want to get back to the Green Bay Packers, 800-990-3776. Specifically, as we had David Kaplan on, the Looney Tunes saying, Caleb Williams over Jordan Love, salaries aside or cap aside. But ultimately, for this game, what's being lost in translation is it was fun listening to Kyle bring up, like, not only did Jordan Love do what he did in the first matchup, but Malik Willis did what he did and outplayed Caleb Williams in the second game. I know they lost the game, but that speaks volumes to what Jordan Love was doing in the 3-game stretch against the NFC North opponents and who hasn't played. Now, there's a rust component, but I'm not as worried about that against the defense that gives up a lot of yards.
Yeah, I mean, Jordan Love is rested. I mean, and he is ready to go. I feel like he obviously could have went last week, but he was playing at such a high level. Do we forget that, and maybe this is a reason, again, for someone that's interested in Matt LaFleur sticking around, which I am too. I'm not interested in firing him, but Jordan Love, if the Packers are going to win this game, it's because Jordan Love is going to absolutely ball out. And let us not forget that halftime at the Broncos game, I know I was sitting and watching and thinking, this team's going to be a number 1 seed. Jordan Love is in the conversation of the MVP. He was going into that game. He was a top 3 MVP candidate, only behind Matt Stafford and Drake May. And so the way he was playing down the stretch in those 3 divisional games, he was cooking. Literally, you fast forward to when he was hurt. It played 3.5 quarters from that halftime moment to where I'm like, this guy might be an MVP. 3.5 quarters, he gets hurt in Chicago, and we haven't seen him since. Let's not forget that he was playing at an MVP level. He was dealing, he was balling, he was putting up points, and he was making up for any time the defense or whoever the surrounding cast of characters was around him in the Green Bay Packer offense. I am glad David Kaplan and all the Chicago Bears down there south of the border are just thinking that Jordan Love is just some guy and that, Caleb Williams is better than Jordan Love. I love a disrespected chip on my shoulder Jordan Love, especially after he was cooking in the month of November and December specifically.
Yeah, I mean, not just cooking in the month of December specifically, but at the end of the day, he was cooking against the Chicago Bears the last time he had an opportunity to play them in a full game. And even in the game that he got hurt, he wasn't like on fire, but he still had decent stats early on in that game. And if you follow kind of the trend of both those games, the Packers didn't score a point in the first quarter of the first game, and the Packers didn't score a point in the second quarter. Well, they were working their way to try to score against the Chicago Bears when Jordan Love ended up getting hurt. So I think what people have to realize is that Jordan Love is that dude. Jordan Love put this team on his back against the Bears the first time because the Bears, I will admit, this first game against the Bears in the second half, the Bears were able to dominate the clock. But it didn't matter. Why? Because Jordan Love was the absolute equalizer for the Packers, and he was able to strike quickly for the Packers. And when the Bears ended up coming back to tie the game, what did Jordan Love do? He led this team to victory. And so you have to have all the confidence in the world in this quarterback. Yes, Caleb Williams has not played awful throughout these 2 games, but he has not put together a full 4 quarters of football. Looking at Saturday with this playoff atmosphere, and again, experience plays a big role. If the Bears get down again the way that they have struggled in the first half and the Packers are able to get up, it is going to be a mountain to climb because the pressure is significantly higher, especially in a moment like the playoffs. Brad, you have been there before. And so, again, I just feel so confident in Jordan Love because he's been there, he's done that, and I trust that even though he has not played in multiple weeks, I trust that he's going to be ready to go because he's cool, calm, and collected, and he shows up every time we need him.
I guess, Brad, my question to you when talking about a first-time coach and quarterback in the playoffs versus Matt LaFleur and Jordan Love, who have been there. As fans in any sport, it seems like, especially football, in the playoffs, it feels like they're moving faster, hitting harder, more, I would say efficient in everything they do. Does that naturally happen, or do people save? I just comparing experience versus first time is fascinating to me, and how much that would play an edge for the Packers.
Yeah, I remember, inherently you appreciate the step up in competition, speed, hitting, physicality, atmosphere with every step you take up of your career, right? High school to college, college to pros. You're prepared for that. And you go through regular season, and it was my second year when we won the division and played my first playoff game. But we played in big regular season games that year in Carolina, and all the coaches, all the veteran players are saying, buckle up. Playoffs are different. They're just different. It's faster. It's harder. It's more tense. All the things. I'm like, how much more could it be? We just played in big regular season games, right? And it is dialed up 2 times what you used to in the regular season. There's something about going into a football game and knowing that one of the 2 of you is not going to continue your season. There is when you go to a regular season game,
there's next week.
There's a level of comfort knowing, you know what? It's a long season. I might mess up this week, but you know what? I can get right in the future week, right? When you don't have that, and when there's a dialed up amount of pressure on the game and meaning on the game, right? Win or go home, guys tense up. That's why when young guys especially are able to keep their cool, roll through it, and meet the moment, they're just built different. That's why one of the reasons why I felt Jordan Love's that guy is that Dallas game. Because he was a first-year starter, and to be able to go into that moment at Dallas, it says you are built different if you can meet that moment with a cool head and perform well.
The reason why I ask is I saw a post of Caleb Williams saying, I've played in big games, I've played in that, and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, that's great, but playing in big games in high school and college does not equate to the NFL playoffs. And I was just curious from a quarterback perspective, it's probably even more than obviously a punter. No knock intended on you. It's sped up for you, but probably not as much as the guy that has the ball in his hands.
No, but you're exactly right. And the reality is you don't know until you're in it. Like, you think you might be ready for it, but you really don't know until you're in it. And there were guys that I thought were great players and I really respected that. I think even they felt the level of nerves and maybe weren't quite on their game during the playoffs. That's why it's so interesting to see how guys play out, because all these Bears fans are saying, oh, Caleb Williams, David Kaplan saying, I'll take Caleb Williams over any quarterback in the division. You haven't even seen him play one postseason game yet. And this is the most revealing scenario and scene in the NFL is postseason.
And Brad, not taking anything away from the Bears because they won 11 games and they did win the division, but they had 2 games the last 2 weeks of the season where they were playing for something. They were playing for seeding, and guess what happened? They weren't able to win those playoff-type games. They lost those 2 games. In the Packer game, they did come back, but that was another huge game that it took a miracle for them to come back. So under pressure, the Bears have not been able to consistently come through and put together consistent football. So that should be something that's very concerning. And as a Packers fan, when I looked at Saturday, yes, I am not happy with the level of momentum that we do not have going to this game. I'm not happy that my quarterback hasn't played in a couple weeks and this team just hasn't been together for a couple weeks. But at the end of the day, both teams lack momentum going into that because we're both coming in on multi-game losing streaks. I just believe in the quarterback, the coach, and the team that has been there before.
Well, we're looking to renew faith in another team here locally. As long as Giannis is there, there's a reason to listen to Bucks at 6 right now. Am I right?
Yeah, there is. From the biggest plays on the court to the comments made in the locker room after. An in-depth recap of every Bucks game in 6 minutes, no more, no less. That's called Bucks in 6, which I will have the pleasure of hosting tonight.
Hey.
Big game tonight on the Bucks Plus Audio Network. If you missed any of the game or just want to relive biggest moments, Bucks in 6 provides game recaps every morning after. Hear the high-flying dunks from Giannis or the deep threes from our guy Miles Turner. Catch the comments post-game about what happened on the court. That's Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus Audio Network. Find it now, bucks.com/plus. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcast, or wherever you get your podcast. Bucks in 6.
Ooh, don't go anywhere. I still got to give away an Iron Jock hat. Next.
This is Kyle Brust Nortman.
I'm with you on moving on.
Yeah, move on. Like a bad relationship.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. On this show, it's always football season.
So now Jeff Hafley's going to have to get more creative. Everybody will have to bow up and do things. And the main guy is Jordan Love.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
This went from a defensive-led team to now Jordan Love. Put him on your back. You're going to have to get the cape out.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank. Tri-City National Bank offers a full suite of personal and business banking products at more than 25 convenient locations. Open your account today at the community bank that's Milwaukee's best bank. Learn more at tcnb.com.
By the time the 7th-seeded Packers and the 2nd-seeded Chicago Bears take the field on Saturday night in the wild card round of the playoffs, it will be over a month since the Packers' last win, which took place at Lambeau Field on December 7th when the Packers defeated the Bears. The other one they should have won happened on December 20th in Chicago when just about everything went wrong in the final 2 minutes in overtime. Packers head coach Matt LaFleur says they can't focus on the past if they want to get a win in the playoffs.
I think that's in the past. I think there's nothing we can do about that. We just got to look to the future.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank.
Concerned about fraud? Tri-City's got your back. Use debit card alerts. Help stop a card hack. You'll get notified when your card's being used so you can prevent your account from abuse. Tri-City National Bank, member FDIC.
Without an Advent clinic nearby, people suffering needlessly from chronic nasal congestion and sinus infections would be stuck with either Band-Aid or sledgehammer solutions. Band-Aids are pills or nasal sprays, and they're not true solutions. Surgery is a sledgehammer, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Because most people don't need surgery for nose and sinus issues, nor do they want a 14-day recovery. Our unique Advent approach can, in 20 minutes in our office, open your blocked nose for good, with only 1 day recovery. I'm Advent founder Dr. Kandula. Outside of Advent's 4 walls, invasive surgery is what they'll recommend. But here you will find effective and convenient in-office solutions to help you stop the need for Band-Aids and avoid the sledgehammer.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Most insurance accepted.
Wisconsin is still cattle country. And that's why Bunzel's chose to stay close to home to hand select the finest beef. Quality goes into everything they do, from Bunzel's expansive array of meats, homemade specialty sausages, and their award-winning beef jerky. It just isn't a proper holiday meal without Bunzel's top quality cuts on the dinner table. Tasting is believing. Visit Bunzel's at 90th and Burleigh or bunzels.com.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Students learn best when they can put their knowledge into action. JA's Stock Market Challenge teaches high school students how to analyze stocks and how current events impact value. Thanks to RSM, our partner that makes this program possible. It's just one of many ways JA brings learning to life. To learn more, visit wisconsin.ja.org.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
800-990-3776 is the Cardless Talking text line. Lots happened in the first hour and a half plus of this show as we wrap up the second hour and head into the 414 hour at 4. David Kaplan joined us, offered a bet to Kyle Wallace because Kyle believes the Packers will win, so Cap said, fine. I'll wear a Jordan Love jersey if the Packers win. Kyle, you wear a Caleb Williams jersey if the Bears win. Kyle has some caveats. He says no. Made him sound a little soft to some. Corey in Chicago, what's your take?
Man, Kyle, you should have just took that bet, man.
Just turn that radio down a little for me, Corey.
I got you. Hey, Kyle, you should have took that bet, man. That's the easiest bet in America. You know how many Bear fans I got? I got tallied up for this Saturday coming up.
Well, but the thing is, he don't pay his bets, and so with the caveat we gave, if he finally pays up his bet, then we can do it. But I'm not sitting there doing no deals with no bad partner.
Hey, Kyle, yeah. I don't blame you then. I don't blame you. But my thing is, I'm so confident in this team. It's to the point that the Packers have led for estimated of 110 minutes in both of the ball games. I'm so confident that the Packers going to beat these Bears by at least 10 points. It's not even funny because at the end of the day, like y'all said, Caleb Williams ain't never played no meaningless football, even if it was professional or if it was in college football.
It's a whole different ball game, Corey. Whole different ball game. Best of luck with all those bets you have tallied, because you might have to pay off a lot, or someone's going to have to pay off a lot to you. John in Milwaukee, you're next on the Cardless Talking text line. This one's for Kyle.
Kyle, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
I'm glad to hear that. Hey, Kyle, I love you. I'm not mad at you. I'm just disappointed.
Oof, the D word.
Ouch. Listen, I didn't want to put on the Bears jersey regardless. Like, I don't want to do any type of bets like that, but they have convinced me to go in a different direction and take it if he mans up to his bet. He just didn't do it.
I do have an update. Content director of Good Karma Brands as a whole, the operation of ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Chicago, Danny Zetterman texts, thank you, gentlemen. Kyle is now the face of a scared Packer fan for Bears fans. Great job. I'll have Cap jump in the lake ASAP. So I said, in the lake, we will get the contract signed for the jersey swap for the losing team.
I'm good with it. Let's do it.
I'm going to actually back up Kyle a little bit on this one.
Here we go.
Thank you,
Soft Brad, soft Kyle.
His fanhood is so extreme. It's so strong, and it's so part of his identity that he can't even, it repulses him to even think about the idea of wearing it. And so protecting himself to some degree of saying, of drawing a line in the sand.
So does mine, Brad, but I'm not a wuss, and I would take a bet because the Packers are going to lose on Saturday.
Well, you did take the bet. You haven't been Mike Ditka yet. Where's the Mike Dick out?
That was for charity. That has nothing.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. That was for charity. No, he had a bet at the end of last year.
Well, yeah, we had a little falling out with the vest. It was going to happen, and then it didn't happen. But we'll still make it happen if they lose on Saturday.
Now you're losing credibility too around here.
I'm just saying. Dang, got a lot of guys around
here. It wasn't a good time to pay it off.
Well, here we go.
Wait a minute. You had 12 months.
There's no better time than the present for you.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Bradley, for coming to my defense. My stomach hurts thinking about it.
You could say that you're a bigger fan than Kaplan.
76% of people say Kyle should have accepted the jersey bet. Only 24 on the side of Kyle Wallace.
I have accepted it now.
Yeah, with your own caveat. As per usual. Not going all the way under Lake Michigan when we all were going to go in Lake Michigan.
The good news for Cap is it's only Wednesday. He has until 5 o'clock on Friday to jump in the lake. And then Kyle will agree to the bet, right? It's as simple as that.
I got Adobe sign in my computer. I'll send that to all of them electronically.
I mean, it's true, Kyle. If I loaned you money and you never paid it back, and then you asked me for money again, I'd say,
no.
Why would I loan you money? Exactly. Give me the other money first.
See, Brad, you're sensible. These guys are lunatics, too.
Yeah.
They're crazy.
There's just nothing to be afraid of, Kyle. They're not going to lose.
The difference is, the guy might have said, I'll turn your 100 into 1,000, but then he's trying to bring you something, 100 into 10,000. Like Kyle's saying, I got 10,000 for you that the Packers are going to beat the Bears because he's so confident that won't stand on it.
That didn't make any sense.
It didn't, but you said the Packers are going to win and you won't take the bet.
Got 10,000, and he, yeah.
I was like, what are you talking about?
He's knocking over garbage cans.
That was the worst analogy I've ever made.
My brain
Can
was
you
just
go back
working.
and replay it? I want to hear how stupid that sounds.
My brain was just grinding to try to make sense of that. I was like, wait, I want to follow you, but I don't know what's happening.
I really, really like you, and I want it to make sense, but God, that was bad.
Yeah, it was bad.
Oh, wow.
But no, I believe in the Packers. That's why I'm willing to take the bet if he does jump into Lake Michigan.
Oh, man.
Lake Winnebago.
Can you guys take the rest? I mean, after that, I might have to call it quits.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying, I feel good about the Packers overall, though, and I think a lot of people should feel good about the Packers moving forward. I just don't like doing business with shady people.
Ryan from Aquanico, was that another dream, Ben?
Wake up.
What did I say? I was like, I was with somebody that I knew.
Oh,
who was it? Well, I wasn't with anybody I knew, so I can't tell you.
A friend. Yeah, what friend? I don't remember.
No, he said I was with a friend, but I don't want to tell you all who it was. And we're like, well, why not? Well, because I don't remember who it was.
Yeah, that's right.
What are we doing?
Oh my goodness!
It's only been a couple of days in 2026, and all.
Derek and Waukesha, let's see what you got. Keep it tight for us.
For Kyle, I just want you to know that I bet my boss, he's a Bears fan, that he has to wear a Packers fan when the Bears lose. So if you can't bet a stranger a Bears jersey, come on, I could get fired for this. You got to take the risk.
Yeah, there's no firing for Kyle Wallace. Again, people are speaking that are upset with Kyle Wallace not believing his Packers, not taking the bet with David Kaplan. He's put his caveats on it. We all know what happened. You can listen back if you don't know what happened at the ESPN Wisconsin app.
I know it's like $10,000.
Jim, Matt, and Molly, they're up next in Madison, the Dam Sports Show in Beaver Dam. Leroy Butler brings up the cheese grater hat with Kay Adams. Brad has some takes on the cheese grater. David Kaplan was wearing a cheese grater. It's pretty embarrassing, and I'll tell you why in 2 short minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Perfect blend. KBN's the show that never ends.
We You've got westbound 94 backing up from 27th Street all the way through to Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound's going to be tied up basically from 84th Street all the way to just before Hawley Road. Southbound 41 got some backups from Hampton down past Capitol Drive. Not quite to Burleigh, though. You're back on the brakes from the Zoo interchange on 894 southbound, heading down towards Lincoln. And then again, right into the Hale interchange, swinging eastbound to Forest Home on 894. And then the westbound side of 894, backing up out of the Mitchell interchange to Loomis. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, partly cloudy with a low of 36. Tomorrow, increasing clouds, mild though, with an afternoon rain, a high of 51. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
It's a new year, and everyone's talking resolutions. Eat better, move more, give up everything fun. Yeah, Carbless says you don't have to do that part, because when you reach for a Carbless, you're choosing a better-for-you cocktail. With 0 carbs, 0 sugar, only 100 calories, and full of flavor, you can stay on track with your New Year's resolutions without having to commit to dry January. Start 2026 with balance, not guilt. Your goals matter, and your fun does too. Carbless, your New Year's first good decision.
Can you feel it? It's the thrill of witnessing a walk-off grand slam, a game-winning touchdown, a buzzer-beating 3. Yeah, you know the feeling. And there's only one place to experience that raw exhilaration. Potawatomi Sportsbook. Catch all the action in a supreme space with dozens of sports betting kiosks, cool drinks, luxe seating, great food, fiery atmosphere, and a monster video wall. Become a legend at Potawatomi Sportsbook. More info online. Must be 21 to enter casino.
Hey, this is Homer. You're listening to the home of Marquette basketball. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Brust Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. The 414 Hour on KBN is brought to you by Siding Unlimited. Siding Unlimited is Wisconsin's leader in Pella window installation. Looking for new windows, siding, roof, and doors? Visit them at sidingunlimited.com.
It's the 414 Hour at 4 on KBN.
It is Kyle Brust Nortman leading you into the Homer Hour at 5 o'clock. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talk and text line where less is more. Now, I've been seeing a lot of this now because, again, there's intellectual thought amongst people in Wisconsin and Packers fans right now. Because the Bears fans that are wearing cheese graters, the conversation I've been seeing is, and it's true, like a cheese grater takes a block of cheese that is really not very edible into something that you can use to make cheese more delicious. So it's not like you're taking a cheese grater and like destroying cheese. You're literally making it better from a logical standpoint. I just wanted to throw that out there for context. Thoughts?
I mean,
no lies?
No lies. It's still great cheese.
Does anyone take a block of Parmesan and eat it without shredding it?
Eat a block of cheese?
A block of like Parmesan that you have to like grate onto pasta or something. Like no one just takes a stab of that in their teeth.
Bite, like you're taking a bite out of an apple. Yeah, I mean, a cheese grater is a critical way to enjoy cheese more.
Yeah, at the end of the day, we can talk about grating cheese and how delicious shredded cheese is. Y'all saw me eating it yesterday, but these guys are they're just stupid.
Let's let Leroy Butler start the conversation as the Hall of Famer joined Kay Adams to talk about the cheese grater.
Have you seen these cheese grater hats, Leroy?
No, I haven't.
These.
No, I never.
Caleb was wearing it.
No.
They're wearing, the Chicago Bears fans are wearing cheese grater merch. How do you feel about this? What do you want to say?
Well, when you don't win a lot, it's shocking. You have to figure something out.
You wear cheese heads.
I'm just saying, though. But we've been doing it from day one. It's not a gimmick.
Yeah.
So they're new on the scene.
I don't know. It's a gimmick.
You're not gonna always do it. Our coach don't take his shirt off. You can see our coaches fit through his shirt.
Some people wish you would.
Well, I'm just saying.
If I was a Packer fan, I would say, I can't believe you've made an entire thing about us. Like the Cheesehead is Dairyland, Wisconsin, who we are, our identity. And you guys made something about us? That's so sweet. I love that. That's what I would say if I was a Packer fan.
Petty?
Like,
it's petty, but it could be brilliant if it works.
I know, I like it.
But, you know, the thing about it, when you shred it, it's still cheese.
There it is. It's still cheese.
Leroy and G together. I bet they're hooting high.
Still cheese.
Yeah.
Brad, when you see the cheese grater, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
I mean, first of all, the initial feeling is this is the dumbest prop that I've ever seen in my whole life. And Kay makes a good point. She's saying, listen, when you wear the cheese head, you're supporting the Packers, right? Most teams have something that's kind of silly and whatever, but at least you're rooting for your team. To have something that is focused on a different team that you're wearing is very strange. It says everything I need to know about the state of mind of the Chicago Bears. It says to me that the Bears, the Green Bay Packers are successfully in the Chicago Bears' heads. You only live in someone's head when you go out of your way to try to take shots or represent another team. I mean, think about it. The Chicago Bears have been owned by the Green Bay Packers or owned by Aaron Rodgers for a long time now. But I don't see any viral T-shirts or stock certificates or whatever of Green Bay Packers, Aaron Rodgers. We own the Chicago Bears. That was a running joke, but that's all it was. It was a running joke for these Bears fans to go out of their way to buy merchandise that tries to specifically take a shot, not even supporting their own team, but just take a shot that is solely centric at the Green Bay Packers. It says to me that the Packers are successfully in the Bears' head. Meanwhile, you look dumb as you wear it.
At the end of the day, the Chicago Bears fan, it's so embarrassing for them to don this hat over one victory, and especially the way that the game was won. If you're dominating a team, then fine. But the fact that they had it again in their locker rooms, ready to go.
That is the thing. I'm glad you brought that up. To Cap, who joined us earlier, you were like, what would DJ Moore have done with the cheese grater if they didn't win? That means they had the cheese graters ahead of time. That's some loser stuff.
They probably brought it to Green Bay and they couldn't use it. It's just, but you got to understand, when your team loses so much to the Packers, I mean, they could barely beat Matt LaFleur. They couldn't beat Aaron Rodgers. They couldn't beat Brett Favre. They just did nothing but take L's for the last 30 years against the Green Bay Packers. They have to find something to be happy about. If I was a fan of a team that couldn't beat anybody, yes, I would beat another team like the Packers. I would be excited that we won, but I wouldn't take it to the extreme. Wearing a cheese grater is like wearing a damn championship ring for them. That is going to be the highlight of their season, is beating the Packers in the regular season. If they lose to the Packers on Saturday, which I believe they will lose to the Packers on Saturday, all that cheese grater stuff is for naught. Like, all that
about return on investment too.
Cheese.
They can't wear it that often.
What are they doing? What are they doing? They are just they have such
cheese.
Low expectations for themselves. It baffles me.
It really is crazy because you're exactly right. Not only are they wearing it, but there must have been a conversation among the players. Like, okay, guys, gather around, gather around. Here's what we're gonna do. I Googled it. I'm seeing these cheese grater helmets. When we go play the Packers, we're professional athletes. We're going to get these cheese grater helmets or hats. We're going to plop them on our head. I'm trying to imagine playing for the Jags.
Yes, give me inside the locker room.
And we go and we play the Houston Texans. And guys, we're going to dress up like matadors, right? Because that's their thing, right? They're bulls. We're going to dress up like matadors, and we're going to get the matador cape out, go whoosh around us. Or how about this? Guys, we're for the Panthers. We're going to play the Buccaneers, right? We're going to be the British Army. We're going to be the British Army who competes against the Buccaneers. That's exactly what we're going to do. That'll show them. That would be met with laughter, ridicule, be like, get this guy, can we cut this dude? That is just the mindset that this team has. I can't imagine being in that locker room.
Yeah, it must suck. It must really be suck, because that's what it's really built up on. Again, when your Super Bowl is beating the Green Bay Packers, this is what you end up with. You end up with guys wearing cheese grater hats after a miracle victory.
Jordan chimes in, so do we want to be as dumb as them and walk around with bear traps?
Like, there you go, like a foam
now,
bear
fair
trap.
or foul? I remember being at a tailgate semi-recent, obviously during the success of the Packers-Bears, Packers obviously owning under Matt LaFleur, there was in Wisconsin, I think you can hunt bears, or however they got a bear, they cooked a bear, and they were handing out bear meat to eat.
You can hunt bears.
Well, either way, I'm just saying that would be the only. I've been reaching in my brain of but they killed a bear, and before pregame they're eating bear.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. It's not widespread. It's sort of like a little joke among friends. And you guys ever heard the phrase, act like you've been there before?
No, Brad.
Have you guys ever heard of that? Have you ever heard of that?
This is like, have you guys ever played tag at recess?
Tell me more.
Let me tell you. Act like you've been there before. A truly profound statement that I'm glad you are hearing for the first time. The Chicago Bears, they are the opposite of acting like you've been there before. They clearly have not been there before.
We need a list of things that Brad explains that universally everybody knows.
Have you heard? You guys haven't heard that before, right?
Never heard it. No, act like you've been there before.
Well, they are acting like they have.
Again,
not been
Don chimes in on the Carbos Talking text line. You must pardon the Bears. They are new to winning.
They are. And one thing we got to remember as well, talking about this game, is that remember after the first game, the Bears were doing interviews, and they admitted they were a little bit tight during the first game. They felt a little bit of the pressure going into Green Bay because of the situation. And understanding that this is going to be a significantly more heightened pressure type game, I really think that the Bears need to, I hope their fans understand that this is not going to be a cakewalk. This will not be easy. And there's a reason why when you look at different betting odds that they're the underdog, even though they are the number 2 seed. It's because the Packers are, I would say, more talented offensively as a unit. Defensively, both the defenses are meh, but also they have the better head coach and they have the better quarterback. So I think this would be a rude awakening that this will not be a cakewalk for the Chicago Bears despite playing at home and being the higher seed.
Well, not only are the players more experienced because, for better or for worse, the Packers have been 7th seed a couple years in a row, 3 years in a row. But that means that this core of players have gotten postseason experience. But not only that, but the coaching. I mean, we could talk about Matt LaFleur, but Matt LaFleur is a part of big games with Aaron Rodgers, of course, in that phase of it. And, of course, recently at the playoffs with this crew, Ben Johnson has never been a head coach in a big playoff game, even though I think he's really smart. Again, that's something to where decisions, they feel bigger. Maybe you start second-guessing yourself more. And the time that he was even a good coordinator for the Lions, it's not like they had the success that they suspected they would have either. So
Ben Johnson ain't won nothing.
They haven't won anything.
Again, that narrative's gone away. Ben Johnson's own Matt LaFleur, that was the comment about, as the Lions coordinator, he's been this against Matt LaFleur. Right now, they're 1-1, and to their credit, they did play well in the second game in the last 3 minutes. But now, as we had the conversation about Caleb Williams in comparison to Jordan Love, from an experience in the playoffs and from Brad's perspective, what that means from being in the NFL, you have 2 first-timers now. You got a head coach and quarterback versus head coach and quarterback with experience. Coach, felt like I was from Sheboygan there for a second. And again, you didn't see Brad wearing an eye patch to mock the Bucs every time the Panthers played Tampa. That's from Kevin in the 224. Rocky and Kenosha, you're up on the cheese grater.
All right. As you know, I'm a Packer Cub fan. Okay, I'm from Kenosha. And we actually have a lot of Bear Brewer fans in Kenosha, too, because we're right on the state line. Listen, you guys flew the L after the game. As a Packer fan, I kind of give the Bears a little bit of credit because they're doing it before the game. So, I mean, before you get
they did it after the game that they won, which was our whole point of they planned it for a game that they didn't know the result of. Now they're leaning into it. I thought it was the interesting point that Kyle made that they did after the game.
Bears fans are a little sensitive about this. One of my Bears buddies, he's not.
Thank you, Rocky. Appreciate the perspective.
He texted me something saying that they had cheese graters back in 2013, so I guess they must have
brought them back out.
They must have brought. They've
been thinking about
those Whitewater Bear fans. I'm guessing you're friends with.
Innovative, but in the end, logically flawed. Just like this organization, logically flawed.
Wow,
powerful.
That was very profound.
Is that from you, or is that from somebody else?
Well, they said that it was innovative and logically flawed. I said the Bears are logically flawed because they're damn sure not.
Yeah,
innovative.
you got them.
But I'm ching.
Take that, as Cap would say.
You got to do it better if you're going to do it.
Take that.
No. Something wrong with Cap, right? Something wrong with him. Something
sure.
like he got to be off a little bit.
Yeah, I think we'll leave it there. We'll be back. Kyle, Brust Nortman.
Take that.
There you go.
This is Kyle Brust Nortman.
He now is off his rocker saying it. Well, if I played...
Choke artist. Choke artist, choke artist, choke artist. That's what you both are. Yeah, I said it. You both are choke artists.
Losers, choke artists.
That's what you are. You
frauds,
choked against
what else are
TCU.
we?
You choked against Oregon. You choked against Kentucky. You choked against Duke. I can keep going.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Southbound on 43, we've got backups from Capitol Drive all the way down through the Marquette and onto the high-rise bridge. Northbound's tightening up a bit from Fond du Lac Avenue up past North. Westbound 94, heavy from 25th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. On the eastbound side, backing up from 84th Street to Hawley Road. Then we've got some delays out of the Mitchell interchange on 894 westbound, pretty much all the way to about Loomis. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low of 36. Tomorrow, increasing clouds, mild with afternoon rain, a high of 51. Weather is brought to you by Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center in Waukesha. Play over 2,000 courses, including that famous one with the green jackets. Book your bay at wisconsinindoorgolfcenter.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
Nobody should be writing the season off. The idea of being one of the top teams without two of your best players is a big reach. But this is a season that you can find ways to do it.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
You think anybody ever feels sorry for the Green Bay Packers? They don't. And they shouldn't. And you shouldn't.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
St. Anne's Center for Intergenerational Care switched from a previous vendor to business technology from James Imaging Systems. Why? CFO Sally Parente.
The service, the value, and the ease with which we can just keep using their service and not having any big headaches. It's not just all about the money. We're getting value here as well.
Robert Prang, CIO at Tri-City National Bank, likes the fact that James Imaging is local.
So being able to work with a local company like James that has that flexibility with their staff and being able to deliver for us has given us the ability to make the right decisions for our organization.
And Junior Achievement of Wisconsin VP of Enterprise Services, Lori Salzman, had this advice for others.
If anybody is looking for a good partner that is there to help find solutions, call James Imaging.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Visit jamesimaging.com.
Is it time to buy an engagement ring?
Or a big anniversary diamond?
Kessler's has diamonds that come from diamond mines.
And we also have diamonds that come from plasma chambers.
When you see the size of the diamond you can afford when you look at our high-tech newborn created diamonds,
you're going to be happy, happy, happy.
And with approved credit, our financing plans make anything possible.
Our selection of engagement rings is beyond compare.
And our custom design department can modify any ring in any way you choose.
Anyone who says they can give you a better ring
or a better diamond
or a better price
has never been to Kessler's.
And our miraculous no small print warranty says,
if you bought it at Kessler's, it's guaranteed.
It's just that simple.
And all maintenance is free forever.
No charge.
Yes, it really is that miraculous.
You found a partner you want to share your life with.
When you're ready to celebrate,
we've got a diamond for that.
Find the Kessler's nearest you at KesslersDiamonds.com.
Is back pain slowing you down? The OAW Spine Center offers specialized care with advanced treatments for herniated discs, spinal fusion, and more. Their board-certified orthopedic care specialists use the least invasive methods, starting with non-surgical options. If surgery is needed, they provide minimally invasive procedures. The OAW Spine specialists focus on getting you back to an active lifestyle faster. The OAW Spine Center. There is a difference. Visit OAWSpineCenter.com.
This is Kyle Brust Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
We're starting a new year. It's time for a new you. And one of your resolutions has got to be being more active, more pain-free. And my friends at QC Kinetics will help deliver on that, because if you got pain in your knees, your hips, your shoulders, or your back, and it's preventing you from living the life that you want to live, an active life, then you need to go get your free consultation, because they are the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. These regenerative treatments are operate at the cellular level, and they actually help your body repair those areas that are causing you pain. But they don't do it with surgery or drugs or anything invasive. It's something that they use at the cellular level to use what your body already has inside of it for curing and making sure that that pain goes away for the long term. Say goodbye to the 3 to 6 months of recovery, skip the pain, skip the invasive surgery, but instead be feeling better, stronger, and planning to do the things you actually want to do, and say goodbye to that pain for the long term with the game-changing regenerative treatment that QC Kinetics can offer you. January, it's a clean slate. 2026 is a clean slate for you. Take advantage of it and call for your free consultation to QC Kinetics. Give them a call today at 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298, 414-240-2298.
I want to come back to this because Kyle and Brad were on the different side here as we were talking about Matt LaFleur as we look through his tenure. On the Twitter poll at KBN ESPN, how would you describe Matt LaFleur's tenure as the Packers head coach through 7 seasons? With a game to be played still, but we take the present. We could do this again, obviously. Elite, 3%. Great, like Tony the Tiger, 28%.
It's not enough.
Good, 52%.
Asinine.
Average, 17%. Great is closer to average, or excuse me, yes. I had that wrong. Good, 52%. Great, 28%. Average, 17%. The elite is 3%. Kyle, you're in the great category. Brad, you're in the good to average category.
So
well, you split.
I'm in the good. I'm in the good to great. Give me good. Not good to average.
Well, so he's made the play. He's been our coach now. This is 7th season. And he's made the playoffs 6 of 7 seasons. 6, 7.
Is that great?
And then he also, from the moving on from a franchise quarterback into Jordan Love, which we did not know what he was going to be, and reports out early on, well, he's an actor. We had all these concerns, and he was able to get this team to the playoffs and go from 3-6 to making the playoffs that year. It's just, what are our expectations? Like, dude,
7,
is a great
7,
coach.
7.
If he was to be fired today, Matt LaFleur would be the top candidate. He would be a hotter candidate than John Harbaugh. He would be one of the top candidates, and teams would be salivating for the opportunity to hire Matt LaFleur. We have to start understanding the grass is not always greener on the other side. Yes, there was a lot of disappointment, but I believe sticking it out and seeing it through with Matt LaFleur for at least 1 or 2 more seasons will yield great results for the Green Bay Packers. The development of quarterbacks that he has had here, where he was able to help Aaron Rodgers refine himself. He was able to help Jordan Love develop into what we believe, and we know he's a franchise quarterback and being an MVP candidate. Hell, he just got Malik paid going to give Malik paid to the point where Dan Orlovsky said he might get paid $40 to $50 million.
I think he was using that as a total number, is what I read into that.
Regardless,
but who cares about the individual success? It sounds like a Marquette fan bragging about NBA players when their team was good but didn't win or go further than people wanted them to because they haven't been into a Final Four.
Winning a championship is hard. Getting to a championship is hard.
Stray there from Benny.
What I'm saying is there are very few coaches. There are only 6 different coaches in the NFL and only 5 active coaches that have coached in the Super Bowl currently. Nick Sirianni, Andy Reid, Kyle Shanahan, Sean McVay, and Zach Taylor. And if you want to go ahead and say Bruce Arians with Tom Brady, sure, but he's not in the league anymore. Neither is in the league. So you're talking about 5 guys out of 32 teams plus all the other coaches that have been, cycled through that time. Matt LaFleur
Wait. You said 6 coaches have coached in a Super Bowl?
Yes, in the last 5 years.
Why stop at 5 years?
Oh, I'm just talking about the most recent time. I mean, you can keep going.
What about during his tenure?
During his tenure, you can still do it. You're only going to add what? Bill Belichick? I know that's one coach you're going to add. You're not going to add too many more coaches.
I guess the overall, I know where you're at, and I know where Kyle's at. So I do want to provide the idea from Kyle's perspective that, again, you can have the feeling that Kyle does, but you're getting the same results. So if you're okay with that, you can likely expect the same results based off a bigger sample size of what you've seen with Love on the floor.
And here's what I'll say. I view the coaching, landscape, sort of a bell curve. You guys know what a bell curve is?
Ah, jeez.
You guys know what a bell curve is?
They try to teach me in math.
Bell curve is this idea that if you take a sample size, bulk of everybody falls in the middle, and you have tails, right? You got like the elite tail and you got the bad tail, but most everybody falls in the middle. If you're just going to take 32 coaches, divide them by a third, well, the middle third is average, right? By definition, average.
Yes.
So that leaves 10 to 11 coaches that are better than average. If you even say 5 are great, 5 are good, 4 are great, 2 are elite, I can't put him as a top 6 coach in the NFL. That would be
Name 6 coaches that are better than Matt LaFleur. You can't do
Andy
it.
Reid, Kyle Shanahan, Sean McVay. Who else?
You can put Nick Sirianni on there. He won a Super Bowl.
I'll put Nick Sirianni.
You said Sean McVay.
I'd probably say Jim Harbaugh. Okay. He's been to a Super Bowl. He's
won everywhere.
He's won.
Okay.
Sean Payton's won a
without
Super
an offensive
Bowl.
line, you still got him in there debatably.
Sean Payton has won a Super Bowl.
Okay.
So Sean Payton's really good, and he's brought a new team to a number 1 seed. That's 5. And I would probably say Tomlin. That many years of straight victories. He's won a Super Bowl.
Wait a minute.
He's done just as much, if not more than Matt.
When was the last time Mike Tomlin played?
John Harbaugh.
Wait a minute.
John Harbaugh. He's also won a Super Bowl.
Again, I think when we start listing coaches, the idea that
you just said Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin ain't been to a Super Bowl since the last time
We're losing the point by saying Tomlin or Jim Harbaugh. The fact is, you can't confidently say that Matt is in the crew with the top guys. And that's ultimately where you want to be as Titletown, as Green Bay, who hasn't been in the Super Bowl since 2010. That's what's most important, not getting caught in the semantics of names. Has he done enough for you with Jordan Love as the head coach to get them, as a Packer fan, where you believe that if he comes back, they're going to exceed expectations because he's meeting expectations, not exceeding. That's more important than getting lost in a name game.
I just hate the fact that we sit here and we ignore what this season could have been if it wasn't derailed with losing some of your top weapons.
But every different year.
A little bit reflective of then the coach, his ability to pivot and set culture. Like, I'm not saying, listen, it didn't completely, they're still in the playoffs.
The game against the Bears was super impressive by that defense without Micah Parsons. None of us had faith that defense was really going to be able to step up and find a way to slow down that team. You thought that they could win, but we're like, but we're going to have to score a lot of points. And the defense rose to the occasion. Even last week against the Minnesota Vikings, and the Vikings still played their guys, it was a nothing game for the Packers, but our backups still went in there and they competed. That shows you exactly what
does it mean for a championship?
What I'm saying
is probably a great coach. He's probably not elite because he hasn't won a Super Bowl.
But he's been to it.
But he's been to one.
I agree.
So Kyle Shanahan is what I would consider a great coach.
I would consider him an elite coach.
He's a better coach than Matt LaFleur, and he's done more with more injuries this year.
I would consider maybe we just have a different scale. I just consider Shanahan an elite coach based off the fact that he's been to, I believe, multiple Super Bowls.
He's been to 2.
But then on top of that, what he's been able to do consistently with his team, they had a bad year last year. They were able to bounce back. I just think the consistency Matt LaFleur has had, the performances his team has put on, will put him in the great category. Now, once he wins the Super Bowl, I think if Matt LaFleur, the Packers win a Super Bowl this year, everybody will call him elite. You just don't go from good to elite just like that. There has to be some type of stepping stone.
But you don't believe they're going to win a Super Bowl this year?
I don't believe they're going to win a Super Bowl. But I said if they win a Super Bowl this year, you said they were good. But
that's a huge leap.
Exactly.
If they win a Super Bowl,
I believe the Packers are in the position that they are is because of the great coach that they have in Matt LaFleur.
Yes.
And if you want to move on from him, that's fine.
And the Packers win a Super Bowl this year, he would catapult from good to elite because that would be nothing short of spectacular. The first 7 seed ever to win a Super Bowl without Micah Parsons.
Well, hold on. I think the important thing that we keep forgetting is the Packers, this would be year 1 of their all-in nature, right? Like, I view this as year 1 of the all-in window. I don't think you can move on from a coach after year 1 of the all-in window. That is legitimately what.
How many windows is he going to get, though? The Rodgers 3 years, and then the fall-off year, and then the Love 3 years?
Well, the fall-off year was with Rodgers, and then they had what they viewed as a rebuild year where he could have gone 4-13.
But when you exceed expectations, it heightens what you want.
Of course,
is Matt LaFleur the right coach for the all-in window? That's the question.
Ultimately,
you're right.
It is.
They're starting their all-in window. Is he the right coach for the all-in window?
The hard part is he's still, and I hate this excuse, but he's still dealing with young players who made mistakes early in the year. So I think that led to a downfall in Cleveland and a game like Carolina where you kind of the air comes out of the balloon after.
Cleveland was on love for that.
Yeah, but yes, I agree.
So you can't say the young thing.
He's done one of his few dumb mistakes this year. But keeping Bisaccia around is on the floor, and there was a blocked field goal in that game. Anyway, so I think there's been some mistakes that LaFleur has made this year, sure, with a young team, but Is he the right coach? I think that's TBD, but I think they'll certainly be in the Super Bowl conversation immediately once this season ends.
You know, as Brad being somebody who's a big investment guy, risk versus reward is something that's pretty big in their field, is it not?
It's big. Yeah.
And
Is this a sunk cost fallacy?
No. What I'm saying,
it might be if you extend him.
But I don't know how to extend it. The sunk cost. I got it.
Yeah.
Now you're talking.
Then you're like, well, we're not going to get rid of him because we're already paying him.
My whole point is it worth the risk of trying to get rid of Matt LaFleur, somebody that you know who's going to get you to a certain level and continue to give you cracks at it? As Strofe said, you're getting into your all-in window.
You sound like a Brewers fan, not a Packers fan.
Bringing in somebody else where everything can fall completely apart.
For the Packers?
You're talking about a new offense, maybe a whole new defense, a new voice that may an unproven coach that could completely fail. We've seen it happen before.
For the way the Packers are wired, probably not. Honestly, I mean, probably not. Ed Policy probably is thinking more about keeping the ship going in the right direction than he is about taking any sort of risk. But there are other organizations that are willing to make changes and make them fast in order to be aggressive to try to change things up with the risk.
What consistent organizations do that? The Patriots did it, and they got their guy Mike Vrabel. But what consistent organizations continuing to make these different changes? You look at the Atlanta Falcons. You look at the Arizona Cardinals. You look at all these different teams that continue to turn over different coaches. Guess what they have? They're always picking 1 to 15.
Well,
the Packers always,
Ravens,
for the most part,
the Ravens is one that just did that.
But they took 19 years to do it. They took a
you
long
could say
time to
that
do
they're
it.
in their window.
You guys are never going to meet anywhere, which is okay.
Great. He's great.
He's great to Kyle.
He's good.
He's good
He's
to
probably very
Brad, but
good.
ultimately, I just keep bringing up 3 straight 7 seeds. You either have to decide, and there's still season to be played, if you believe, I like the way that Brad phrased it, if in this all-in nature of going to get Micah Parsons, not having a first-round draft pick, not that they've had many that turned out for them as of recent times, is he the guy? He can prove that from a culture setting and getting this team to believe in something and doing something when people least expect it. That's when you really prove your worth, and we'll find out together.
I do want to ask a quick question of both of you.
Uh-oh.
Going into Denver, in the first half, at that point, were you questioning? No, wait a minute. Okay, going into that game, were you questioning whether
keep cherry-picking moments of a season? Things happen. And
that was a huge moment and turning point in the season for the Green Bay Packers, and we all understand it and know that. But at that point, were you thinking that Matt LaFleur was not the guy?
I wasn't. However, what happened in its wake has been partially revealing to me. The fact that he hasn't been able to keep it on the tracks.
Do you know what that means?
In the aftermath.
Well, the wake of the water.
Like a wake like a boat.
Yeah, a boat.
Yeah, I love the wake of a boat. Totally.
I will say, but that's why this game is so important, though.
I've been sticking.
A great coach wins this game.
I've been sticking to what you said, Brad. Is you find out about the character and the culture of the coach when Micah Parsons goes down, and we've seen what they've been since.
You're so confident in the Packers on Saturday. Why?
Jordan Love and Matt LaFleur better than the Bears.
So you say a great coach wins this game, and that's why you believe in the Packers.
But a franchise QB and a great coach find a way after being in the playoffs 3 straight years to also beat Seattle.
Well.
It's fine. I have higher expectations for a quarterback that you're paying $55 million to against Sam Darnold.
No, it's a different situation and scenario.
Again, goalpost moving for your benefit of your expectations.
I'm looking at the game in front of us. I'm not looking 2 weeks ahead. Yeah. But with Brad, the level of confidence that you have on Saturday, yes, a lot of it has to do with Jordan Love, but it has to do with Matt LaFleur as the coach, and that's the same boat that I am because I believe both are great at what they do.
Strophe, it's your world next. It's your world next. We need some Strophe. I can feel it.
This is Kyle Brust Nortman.
Yeah, what do you have on her?
What do you mean?
No one can willingly love you like she does.
You know,
on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Southbound 41, seeing some backups right now from Hampton down past Capitol Drive. More delays on 894 southbound from just south of Oklahoma Avenue down into the Hale interchange and swinging onto 894 eastbound past Forest Home. On the westbound side, you're looking at delays out of the Mitchell interchange to Loomis and then about 84th Street into the Hale interchange. And then southbound 43, watch for backups from about Locust all the way down through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low of 36. Tomorrow, increasing clouds, mild with afternoon rain, a high of 51. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Can you feel it? It's the thrill of witnessing a walk-off grand slam, a game-winning touchdown, a buzzer-beating 3. Yeah, you know the feeling. And there's only one place to experience that raw exhilaration. Potawatomi Sportsbook. Catch all the action in a supreme space with dozens of sports betting kiosks, cool drinks, luxe seating, great food, fiery atmosphere, and a monster video wall. Become a legend at Potawatomi Sportsbook. More info online. Must be 21 to enter casino.
4 years. That's enough time to earn a college degree, to serve a full term as a president, to train for something big and become someone new.
You bet, and get 0% interest for 4 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, so you can invest in your home and in life's biggest moments. With exclusive features and customizations, Pella offers the highest quality products at a price you can afford.
Aim high when setting your New Year's resolution and imagine what you can do in 4 years when you finance your home project with Pella. Visit PellaWI.com today.
We all experience daily struggles, and with so many concerns to be conscious of, breathing should not be one of them. Mark Tauscher here for Advent, and if you're like me and have had snoring issues, sinus problems, or difficulty breathing, then you'll want to meet the team at Advent. The team of Advent specialists have a few simple steps to help evaluate your individual limitations and get you back to breathing well. Since Advent addressed my snoring and nasal breathing issues, I feel great. I've never slept better, and my wife Sarah is incredibly appreciative. The team of Advent specialists listened to my struggles, found the best solution for me, and customized it to my needs. Take my word for it and go to adventknows.com to learn more about simple solutions to snoring, sleep apnea, and nasal breathing problems. And schedule your appointment today, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
Hi, this is John Neal, CPA and founder of the Neal Group and best-selling author on how to have less stress with the IRS. If 2025 didn't go exactly as planned, you're not alone. You made it through, and that's what counts. Now it's time for taxes, and for a lot of people, that's when the stress kicks in, especially if things got messy along the way. The good news, a rough year doesn't mean a ruined future. We helped Nate fix a tax mess with the IRS caused by one of those national firms and saved him $103,000 in penalties, plus another $152,000 in taxes because we know the tax law. Imagine walking into tax season with a clear plan and someone in your corner who knows the tax law and knows how to use it. You earned it, we help you keep it. Call us now at 414-325-2040 to arrange a meeting to see how we can help you. Don't wait, call now. That's 414-325-2040 or visit nealgroup.net.
This is Kyle Brust Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Time now for some Alex Strofe, everybody. Everyone's been waiting for this. Kyle Brust Nortman across 94.5 ESPN, YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee, and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman. It's time now to hit the Wheel of Strofe.
It's time for the
Wheel of Strofe.
I just smoked my glasses on the microphone. Another day, another buckaroonie here on the Wheel of Strofe.
Strofe.
Kyle.
You said glasses. I wore contacts 2 weeks ago.
How'd that go?
It went well. It was different.
It is different. I mean, I've always worn contacts primarily, but 2026 is going to be the year of the glasses for me.
You got to get
How
some
many
better
pairs of glasses do you have?
I have 5.
You got to get some better ones.
What do you mean?
You got to be more stylish. Those are basic, square. They're old.
I bought these 2 weeks ago.
Oh, well, that was a bad choice. They're not fashionable. I mean,
Yeah, they are pretty square.
But what about my clear
He's
ones I've been
also
wearing?
he's a square.
Yeah, no, I mean, you should. I don't know. Did your girlfriend help you pick these out?
Yeah. What about the clear ones I've been wearing every day?
They're different.
They're better.
Like mine got the little gold rim, and you want to have some style to it, man. It's part of your look.
Yeah, the thing is, I just don't really care, Kyle. I just want to be able to see.
Okay. All right.
Brad, thoughts?
Could you imagine people before glasses?
All right, shut up.
Bro.
No, I'm with you on that.
Think about that.
Could you imagine people before showers and like just so many things?
Like you've had blurry vision since when?
As long as I can remember.
Think about living
Get
your
down
whole
and give
life.
me 20. I saw you move.
I'm going to do this with you this year, Stroh. I got to get.
Wow, talk about resolutions.
Yeah, I got to get solid now, baby. 6 months.
Nothing like
5
Kyle eating some carrots with ranch every bite. You know, resolution really strong.
I'm telling you, before glasses were invented, you would just literally your whole life would be. There's nothing you could do about it. Blurry. You're trying to see the cows in the field. You don't know what you're doing.
I actually find it amazing that we've even evolved to this point.
What do you mean?
From
how did we survive?
quickly we evolved to a technological world like this.
Yeah, that's a deep
For so
conversation.
long, there was no technology.
Yeah.
For so long. And we happen to be born right now with access to so much that so many other humans did not have access to.
There's an interesting
that is so lucky.
The rate of change is increasing to where there was a time where you'd go 500 years and there's no difference. And then
Correct.
But if you go 500 years, if you go 50 years,
Yeah.
No, I
we're
think
living in a
this is
different
actually
world.
a
Y'all better
fascinating
start saving up come 2030 because AI going to take a lot of your jobs. Stroh.
Dang.
What do you got?
Could AI
Other than a resume.
Really?
Wow. All right, guys. So I was thinking that I want to talk about the Packers-Bears game a little bit differently. I want you each to come up with one key to success for the Green Bay Packers and why they'll win on Saturday. But before we do that, when I hear the term keys to success, I think of the run that DJ Khaled went on. You know who that is? All I do is win, win, win no matter what.
Yeah, I don't hear it very
money on my
often on
mind.
Are You Smarter Than Ben
Is
Brust?
that why you
Never
asked
good enough.
what was his name, Brad? DJ what?
Khalid.
I said Khalid? DJ Khalid?
He
Sounds right.
He went on an unbelievable internet run back in the day. So he used to give out keys to success like this one.
Manicure and pedicure once a week. Major key to success. Major.
Oh, wow.
Major key to success. How about
another one?
I can give you another one. How about this one for DJ Khaled?
Find peace. Life is like a waterfall. Gotta flow.
Gotta flow, guys. Gotta flow.
These sound like all your stupid, like, Alex Strophisms.
So
DJ Khaled
Ben,
clearly.
tell me a stupid key to success. Major
Stop
key.
the run.
Major key. Okay, major key. Stop the run from Chicago.
Don't turn the ball over.
Yeah, major key. Major key.
Finish in the red zone.
Major key.
In life, you have to take the trash out. If you have trash in your life, take it out.
Take it out, guys. Take it out. Just like Rich Bisaccia.
Oh, wow. Taking shots.
Wow.
That was good.
I
Major
think-
keys, guys.
Wheel of Stroke.
I love the technology conversation.
I thought our rate of
Matt.
change conversation was better than DJ Khaled.
Well, you just wait for this one. Brad, did you play with Matt Khalil?
Oh, my gosh.
No, Ryan
Stroh.
Khalil.
Oh,
Ryan Khalil.
Who, is Matt Khalil?
Matt
his brother?
Khalil joined the Panthers after I went to the Jags.
Stroh, why
Okay,
are
so
you
know who
doing
that
this?
is?
Yeah.
Have you read about him recently by chance?
No.
No, he has not. Stroh, you should not.
Kyle, you're the only one that knows about
I'll
this?
know when you say it. I saw it yesterday, but I'm just
All right,
blanking.
so Matt Khalil recently went through a divorce.
Oh.
And it was an okay parting.
What are we doing?
Well, the reason they got divorced as
Go,
his
Stroh!
ex-wife.
Hello.
What?
Yesterday, January 6th jokes. Now this, Coca-Cola bottles, Coke can.
Coke cans, 2 or 3 of them
Jeez,
is apparently his manhood, according to his
What?
ex-wife.
What are you doing?
He's suing her for these comments.
Well, why do we even need to talk
Yeah,
about
no,
this?
I think we should do the LVN story. It's a little safer.
What are we doing here?
Well, isn't that? Why would you sue somebody for giving you a compliment?
I'm putting
Brad, do you
together
have
what's
any
being
idea what's
discussed.
going on?
I'm putting it together. I think I did see this headline. Now that I think about it.
Crazy?
I don't know what adjective I would use to describe this.
I'm learning.
It's such a bizarre story. I just wanted to see if you guys read about it. I thought you played with him. That's actually why I brought it up.
I've not.
Stroh, did you talk to your girlfriend about this story?
No, but I will tonight. I mean, I can understand that would be a lot, but
Oh, I'm sure you could.
Wheel of Stroh.
I guess you guys don't want to talk about it. I understand.
What are you trying to do? I'm trying to have a good 2026, a well-paid 2026.
Why wouldn't you get paid?
I don't know. This is a sports show. Rated probably
He's a former
PG.
athlete. Former athlete. I didn't say anything that wasn't PG.
Oh my God.
So what did you want to talk about with LVN? Oh, he's dating Cole Kmet, the tight end of the Bears' sister, and she says Cole Kmet doesn't talk to his sister during Bears-Packers weeks. Is that my understanding?
Yes, it.
What are
I
your
don't know.
thoughts,
I feel
Ben?
like I feel like I'm just done right now.
This is the same chick that was there in the draft video?
Yes, LVN.
Wait, wait a minute.
Double tap's fine to talk about. But not 2 Coke cans.
Again, context, the way you said that, nobody knows what you're talking about. That's what I was going to provide here is when Lucas Van Ness was drafted 13th overall by the Green Bay Packers, it was very weird for Lucas Van Ness's dad to hug Lucas Van Ness's girlfriend and tap her on the butt twice.
It was
on
shocking.
national television.
Very shocking.
You know,
that happens to be Cole Kmet's sister.
Why are they not engaged yet?
What do you mean? What do you mean? Because he ain't in no rush. What you mean? Why are they not engaged?
You're taking a shot at Kyle. It took
just
forever.
seems strange.
You know, now that
they've been dating longer than you and baby girl.
Yeah,
a long shot.
Well, I don't think so. But we were. Now that I'm getting older, at first I thought the dad was just an accident. But now as I'm starting to get older and I understand how some older men operate, he definitely did some taps on purpose. He didn't need to smack that because he could have smacked his wife, but he didn't smack his wife. No, he went for the young.
But why would he do it in that moment?
Don't say smack.
Tapped.
The butt.
Butt pat.
But why would he wait till that moment? That makes no sense.
Have you never seen this video?
I've seen the video.
Yeah.
There's really no way to excuse it.
Another one.
He gave her he gave his son's girlfriend a good game. 2 of them.
Like me and Chewy when we see each other on The Office. What's up,
Another
Chewy?
one.
I just, it's crazy. I wouldn't do it. Lucas Van Ness and Cole Kmet should have beat up Lucas Van Ness' daddy.
Wow.
We hit the polls. I give you a best bet on the other side. It's Kyle Brust Nortman.
You're listening to Kyle Brust Nortman.
If I was as tall and as talented as you, if I could shoot as well as you could, both them teams would have won. Because you know what? You did a fake punch, you said, in the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
And I would have did fake point. I would have took it to the house. I would have scored a dang touchdown.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. On this show, it's always football season.
So now Jeff Hafley's going to have to get more creative. Everybody will have to bow up and do things. And the main guy is Jordan Love.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
This went from a defensive-led team to now Jordan Love. Put him on your back. You're going to have to get the cape out.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Real James Imaging Systems clients. You've heard them right here on the radio for years. For instance, Chris Willems, office manager with Previan Law Firm.
I like the fact that the company is local and I can always get a hold of my representative who I have on speed dial or I have a cell phone.
Then there's James Imaging Systems client Preston Clark, who oversees IT services at Creative Business Interiors.
If I do need service, they're here almost within 4 hours every time. I've never had an issue where I'm like, where is that guy?
James Imaging Systems business technology client Lori Salzman, Vice President of Enterprise Services at Junior Achievement of Wisconsin.
I've never met an organization that is so responsive to make sure that we are up and running all the time for us to be more efficient and allow us to focus more on the work that we do for helping young people.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. To learn more, visit jamesimaging.com.
And ESPN Radio Extra Point with Michelle Smallman.
I don't know what that conversation was like with him because maybe he said, I want to be here and I'm not going to lie about it. I want to come back to Baltimore and I want to coach this specific group of players. And if you don't want me, then I'll take my services elsewhere because obviously he's going to be in high demand. I don't know what that discourse looked like when they came to this decision, but I don't need the optics. Someone to have this big fluffy press conference and for them to stand side by side like we saw Kraft and Belichick do when we know what it is. Right. We know that the results were not there and that despite winning a Super Bowl, they wanted to go in a different direction. Ultimately, he's going to be honored there. He's going to be a huge member of that organization's history, and we're going to get all that at a later date after he goes somewhere else because he will coach somewhere else and he will be coaching somewhere else next year. So I get what you're saying from a respect factor, but optically, I don't need all the pomp and circumstance. We know what time it was.
Avatar Fire and Ash has arrived.
I am the fire!
Get your 3D tickets now for the greatest chapter of the biggest saga in history.
Whatever happens, protect his family.
Critics rave it's by far the best Avatar movie.
If your father and I do not return, you go as far and as fast as you can.
Movies don't get any bigger than this. Avatar Fire and Ash, rated PG-13, now playing.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage, no medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
People say buying a home in winter is tough.
But fewer buyers means less competition, and motivated sellers can mean better opportunities.
This is Tony Wendorf with Tony Wendorf & Associates First Weber.
And I'm Lindsay Bendler. When the perfect home appears, our team at Tony Wendorf & Associates helps you move fast, even during the snow.
Start your home journey today with our white glove service by simply searching online Tony Wendorf.
A real estate team that always leads with faith and gratitude.
Tony Wendorf & Associates.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Bradley Nortman, Alex Strofe running the show. Homer Hour coming up next. No Homer Hour. What do we got?
Marquette College game day into Marquette.
Oof. Tough sledding over
Oof
at
is
Fiserv
right. Will they
Forum.
win a conference?
Marquette Xavier tonight at Fiserv Forum.
I mean, it doesn't matter who it is. It's just
maybe next year. I like Shaka, though.
Nice guy. Refuses to use the transfer portal, but that's not what we're here for.
That situation.
Is the weekly wager digital only?
Oh, you didn't know that, huh?
Didn't know that. Strofe, you want to come play some stuff? You wanted to hang out yesterday at the casino.
Yeah, I told you I'm busy tonight.
All right, well, I'll give you a best bet that you can maybe stop by after.
It's time for Ben Brust's Best Bets. Sponsored by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. There's a table waiting for you at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. 12 bars and restaurants, a winning seat at 40 table games or 3,000 slot machines, and full-service sports betting. Explore more at paysbig.com.
Alex Strofe, it is theory season. Yesterday, 2-0 in those games. For a little reminder, when a college basketball team is at home and they are unranked and they are favored, they cover 70% of the time. I've done the math and I've tracked this over time. See, like, if I only stuck to this, I'd be really good at gambling. But naturally, I want to get a little more action. Yesterday, Oklahoma State, -4 at home, unranked against top 25 UCF. Win by 9. This is a prime example. Florida is unranked. They were
really
-9 yesterday at home. So they're giving 9 points. They got to win by 10 or more to win the bet against a 18th ranked team.
Dang.
So
crazy.
Naturally, an 18th ranked team, as someone who's betting, you're going to say, "Oh my gosh, the 18th ranked team, I get 9 points."
Yeah.
Georgia.
Oh.
Well, won by 15. Florida did, so they covered. So there is one of those today. And it is a sneaky good program that nobody knows about, but Clemson's -3.5 against SMU, who's ranked 24th.
Well, they put a lot of money in SMU.
I will take the home team that is favored, that is unranked against a ranked team. Clemson -3.5. Now, what's funny is, you know how I mentioned this is the theory? I actually love when it's like Florida, when they're -9, because people are like, how is a team unranked?
Line?
Even bigger, because it entices more people to want to bet the ranked team. So this is still in there. I'd like it to be like -5.5, -6 here, but you got to take it. Clemson, I'll be putting that in at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Sportsbook before the weekly wager from 6 to 7 on YouTube at ESPN.
Ooh, SMU did go to LSU a couple weeks ago, and they lost on the road.
Doesn't matter. I wouldn't care if they would have won, lost, or got blown out. It's the nature of playing in conference tournament or conference play in college basketball. I always wait for these games when you start getting into the cycle of on the road, at home. Also keep in mind, for any of you out there, these teams from USC, UCLA, and the Big Ten, when they go on, there's like UCLA just lost to Iowa by 20, and the Badgers just won by, I think they still kept it double digits and covered. They suck when they have to travel with the time zones. Just keep that in mind for the future. Packers, Bears on Saturday at 7 o'clock. I'm getting to the point now, even though it's a short week, I forget what game it was. It might have been the first time the Bears and Packers played, but it felt like it took 18,000 years to get there.
Mm-hmm.
For a short week, this coming on Saturday, I cannot wait for this game because, as we've discussed, the weight of this game grows bigger and bigger and bigger as more coaches get fired, as there's more openings. How you feel about LaFleur is up to you. Ultimately, I just want to know more about ed policy. Strofe, you would know this, and I feel like this happens in every organization, but everyone's different. Will Goody and ed policy after the season, whether it's the Super Bowl or first round or whatever it is, will they speak to the media? Because I want to know ed policy more.
I don't know that ed policy will. Like Mark Murphy sought out opportunities because he liked being in front of the camera.
Do you, in that role, do you have to speak to the media ever?
Zero
obligations?
Requirement. I mean, at the owners' meetings, you do have a requirement to speak to local reporters. So I think those are at the end of February or early March. He'll likely be at the Combine, so he might speak there to Rob or somebody.
Like, I can't wait to actually, you brought up Rob. I was thinking about him. We're talking to Rob Domofsky yesterday. And I want to ask him.
Tomorrow. I'm about to say yesterday.
Tomorrow. What's going on with your brain today?
We're talking to Rob Domofsky tomorrow, and I just want to ask him, what's the process for you?
I just realized how awful of a sentence that was.
I still want to hear the $1,000, $10,000.
Do you know what
Did you find that or no?
Oh,
you didn't find that?
You didn't find it. You didn't try.
Yes, I did.
Bro,
I just only had 2 minutes when I tried.
She gave up?
Anyway.
I had other things to do. My only job is at finding stupid crap you say.
So did you miss the whole 10,000 thing?
No, I heard it.
Oh, yeah.
And then he fell over and knocked over the trash can. I said, I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
I can't. So for those who missed it, I can't even begin to describe what I was saying because I don't remember it. It made zero sense.
So yeah, let's waste more time just saying I'm going to try to describe it, but not describe it.
Well, I'm giving context to people who don't know what we're talking about context about what is nothing.
You said I'm going to try to give context to
and
people.
I'm going to talk to Rob Domofsky yesterday.
Yeah.
Ultimately, my point is,
God, you're an idiot.
I will beat your ass.
You won't touch me.
You're right, because there's HR involved.
Ooh, HR.
Yeah.
Now, that's the excuse.
It is.
Moron. Loser.
Wow.
Whoa.
That is some
You might want to watch
words.
your words before we have a get-together with somebody on Friday.
Oh, what's happening on Friday?
He didn't put it in his calendar. Wow, he really doesn't care.
Didn't put what in my calendar?
My 14-year-old granddaughter gave me the score of the game on Saturday. Packers 27, Bears 9. That's from Jeffrey in the 262.
Kyle, Brad, what's he talking about?
He's talking about you.
Talking about you, buddy.
Friday?
What's the date on Friday?
The
9th?
1-9? I have no idea.
I love that you have no idea. It is not made up. It is absolutely not made up.
Get together. Hey, look at my calendar.
I love having him in my web. Wow. Just when he starts calling me names, I get him right in my web, right where I want him to be.
There's no chance this is real.
Yeah, he's making stuff up. Look at his smile.
I will bet you my $500 chip at Potawatomi that I'm going to place in about 10 minutes. That is real.
All right, Friday.
Yeah,
poor
Friday.
guy. He didn't put it in his calendar. Sees how much he loves. He begs to try to hang out with you. Then he forgets the times and opportunities.
Isn't that crazy, Kyle?
Yeah, that's why I don't ask to hang out. I just, we'll just let it flow.
Is there anything of value that we learned from David Kaplan other than Kyle wouldn't take his bet and put caveats around it?
Not not at face value. Absolutely not. Not with a guy who's untrustworthy. Let it be a lesson for everybody in KBN Nation. If you have an untrustworthy person that doesn't follow through on anything that they say, don't do it. Say no. Say you got to prove it to me. Prove it to me before I do it. That's what I learned.
The only thing I learned is those cheese graters are as hideous and ridiculous as I thought they were. I got that confirmation that those look absolutely absurd and ridiculous.
Also, my goodness, Bears fans and Cap is so delusional. He wouldn't answer any questions. He just has a script. Bears this. Caleb Williams great. Well, your team struggled on offense. Caleb Williams is the best quarterback in the NFC North. Well, but your coach that dominated Matt LaFleur.
What about the 110 minutes that you guys were down? We beat your ass in the last three.
It's almost like Woody in Toy Story. Like you pull the string and they just say, "Yeah, Caleb Williams, Ben Johnson's better than Matt LaFleur." No substance.
It's a 60-minute game.
What What a way to be able to live life. How does he get away with that? No substance.
Just delusion.
Delusion. And when you are delusion, you attract delusion, and then delusion meets Kaplan and Bears.
I can't wait to this game on Saturday. I feel so good about our Packers. Did you figure it out, Shrove?
Yeah, he told me.
Oh, wow. So it was real, huh?
It was.
How did you forget?
He didn't listen.
I don't know that was the case. I don't know that I was in the room for this.
You were right next to me, bud. Coming up next on 94.5 ESPN is Marquette College Game Day. Into Marquette pregame, into Homer, and the Hall of Famer Tony Smith, Marquette Xavier. Don't go anywhere. In 2 minutes, you got Marquette basketball. We will talk to you tomorrow as we get closer and closer to Packers-Bears Saturday night.
Marquette's 4.5-point favorite.
Don't trust it.
Go Marquette. Let's go.
I don't trust it.